And the Cardinals are signing wide receiver Caden Davis to the practice squad. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Yeah! Text the nationwide keyword Vegas to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's Vegas to 200-200.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, look for mostly sunny skies out there with temperatures topping out close to 107 degrees. We are going to see some breezier conditions later on this afternoon, about a 40% chance for some rain for tonight, with those temperatures dipping down into the low 80s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by New Kentucky Fried Chicken Nuggets. New Kentucky Fried Chicken Nuggets. This back-to-school season, get your family a 10-piece of KFC's original recipe chicken nuggets for just $5. Tender, juicy, hand-breaded, made with 100% white meat. You've never had nuggets like these. That's finger-licking good.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch is proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for calling.
All right, you guys are hot.
Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. We're at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale as football season is back. Kenny Dillingham's new era starts tonight. I have a pair of tickets right now for tonight. If you'd like to go, they are about the 20, 25-yard line, section 203, I believe. And if you would like those tickets, Connor will take the fifth caller. 602-260-9191. I will email them directly to you. This is Rock. They will go directly to you. You will have them, and you'll be ready to go, and you'll have plenty of time for that 7 o'clock kickoff on the Pac-12 network.
Let the new era begin. Let's get it going.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's to see if they come out with with a young quarterback and Jaden Rashada. Is it going to be air raid, RPO, spread, combination, all the above, quick paced? Line them up. Let's get them going. And hopefully you see this team take care of business early. See a lot of guys play. Get ready for Oklahoma State next week. Get out of the game unscathed.
Our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Prediction of tonight's ASU Southern Utah game. Is it ASU loses, Devils win by over 21 or more, Devils win by 10, between 10 and 20, or Devils win by 1-9? Those are your four choices. Go vote right now at Roc and Manuch on Twitter. But let's get to the top headlines right now. I'm just going to wait.
On the right-hand side there, Connor. It's that button right there.
F16, I think.
Yeah.
F17.
They might change it.
What do you need?
I like to add
the sound.
Would you play the open
top
for
headlines.
the top headlines for me, please? We have a sponsor. We need to play it.
Attaboy.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, I would say it's the Sun Devils, but not everyone listening is a Sun Devil fan. I think majority of the folks are, fans of multiple teams in college football, but we'll go with the Diamondbacks. Unfortunately, they were swept by the Dodgers as they lost 7-0, 3-game series. They were swept as Brandon Fault fell to 1-7 after he allowed 6 runs, 5 earned through just 4 innings. D-backs couldn't get the bats going. They only had 6 hits. They were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They've now lost 4 of 5. They have fallen to 69 and 65. But doesn't get any easier with the Baltimore Orioles tomorrow.
Outscored 23-5. I know the Dodgers are good and damn good.
Damn good.
You just watch this team just kind of take care of business. And you're right, Rock. You got the day off today to kind of lick your wounds, get yourself reacclimated, and just come on back and hopefully have a good series. But you got Davies who struggled, Ciccone. And then Sunday, Gallon, hopefully win at least 2 out of 3. But this wild card race, you don't want to see this team start to fade. Phillies are hot. They're +5 right now. The Cubbies are +2, 2.5. And there you are behind the Giants, that being the Diamondbacks. So this last month, technically, of September, you better find that pitch. You better find the bats if you're going to have any chance of getting into this wild card situation.
That's your top story.
I would say a couple things in reference to this ASU game tonight.
Yeah, what do you got?
With this whole scenario, with the situation, with the games, the bowl game being canceled, I want to see this team come out and just hit on all cylinders, ignore the noise, and hopefully put this behind you. And you just come out there and have one of those kind of performances, whether it's inspired or not, from what these kids are looking to do and looking to go as far as this new era for Kenny Dillingham and what they're looking to do, what they want to do, and establish themselves. Number one, not a lot of penalties. Be smart, be physical, be active, but just see an entire 4 quarters of this new era of these kids getting after it.
I just want to see what is just going to take place on the field, especially after they dropped the bomb on them about not being able to make a bowl game. Look, we've sat here and said, well, we don't really believe this is going to be a bowl-eligible team to begin with. They have to win 6 games. But that's not the point. The point is that you took that away from players who had absolutely nothing to do with what took place under Herm Edwards. So once again, you're caught between the rock and the hard place where some guy does something egregious, it costs players, and that's who pays the price.
And guys, if they win 5, 6 games, that's going to be a storyline.
It will be a storyline
as they win 6, and hopefully they can 6, 7 games if they can.
That'd be great.
It'd be difficult. I'll be honest here, but all of a sudden they win 6 games and they're not bowl eligible. At that point, that last game of the year against U of A, that is your bowl game.
Yes,
per se.
I don't think there's ever been a year that I recall, and I've been here 30 years, not a huge Sun Devil fan, but not a Sun Devil fan. I root for them because I think I want them to do well. A lot of friends I've gone to school there. I can't remember a year where I would want this team to succeed so bad to just basically take care of those seniors.
Yes,
I agree 100%.
And all the guys that transferred here.
Yep.
I believe that the front office did such a disservice. The administration, I should say, did such a disservice to the student athlete here. And I know some people don't care about student athlete and this and that, but I think it's a bunch of BS. They got totally screwed. We all know it. And I would actually donate. I didn't even go to school there. I would donate to the collective.
Oh, the Sun Devil Collective
NIL? Just to be able to help this help this team win.
Sure.
I really would, because I'm more pissed off now than I've ever been for a front office or an administration. And I know there's 2 sides to it, and I bet they have their sides, and I'm not throwing, Anderson under the bus, so to speak, but I do think things could have been definitely handled a lot better, a lot smoother. And here we are, getting ready for game 1, and you almost go into the season where it's like an exhibition season. You're just playing games that don't matter because you're not playing for anything.
That's a very good point.
You could play the card of hey, this is we want to win, we can't control this, we can't do this, we can't do that. But at the end of the day, it's an exhibition game.
Sure.
They don't count.
No, I'm with you 100% on that.
And that's why I said if you can get as many guys in the game, take control of the game and play and get yourself ready for Oklahoma State and moving forward to the Fresno States, the USCs, I think that's a big part of it. And Brock, to your point, with State Representative Steve Shope coming out yesterday saying he wants to get an investigation into Ray Anderson going to the Arizona Department and say, hey, look, we want to look into all of this.
Is that to the regions?
That's the Board of Regents.
Regents. Yep.
Yeah, that just hit late yesterday.
Yep.
Right.
So now that's another, little cloud that they've got to ignore. But I think for a lot of fans, a lot of, non-Ray Anderson fans, they went, State Senator getting involved to say, okay, let's take a deeper look.
Yeah, that's all we need. More politicians getting involved in college athletics.
But to that point, Rock, if there are any shenanigans or he's robbing Peter to pay Paul and do this and do that, they'll get to the bottom of it. Now it's just a request. Whether the Board of Regents act on it or not, we'll have to see.
Hey, Norm LeBlanc, congratulations. You're going to see the Sun Devils tonight. Appreciate you being the fifth caller. And have some fun tonight. So I'll get those over to you during the break. We're going to have Charlie Regal on, the assistant head coach for your Arizona State Sun Devils. He's going to join us here at 1:30, part of a weekly segment we'll be doing with Coach Regal. Pretty excited about that. You know, one thing about the Sun Devil team, and I think a lot of people that are Sun Devil fans and like myself that is a pseudo fan, is the coaching staff. You know, for you and I, Manuch, we've been doing this 18 years, soon to be 19. And, there's 3-4 coaches on this team that we had on our show when they were just high school coaches. And here they are moving up in the world, from Mons to Iguano to Regal, Dillingham. All these guys were in our backyard having success at the high school level. You call games, you, Jimmy, and now Jax are calling games. And, for Jax, who's in his 20s, 10 years from now, there could be a coach, too, that he interviews on the sideline that's an assistant somewhere, in college football or in the National Football League. So how do you not root for these guys?
Yeah, I do. You're growing up a Sun Devil fan. I'd love to have played at ASU just to get the chance to, but you just root for them.
They didn't recruit you?
Yeah, they did.
They did. Yeah, they want me to walk on.
Yeah.
As a defensive, as a safety.
Safety?
Yeah.
Did you even play safety in high school?
No, I didn't. Well, I did a little bit, but as a quarterback, I got the Mace
Were
Community.
you really a quarterback?
A little bit, yeah.
Manuch had speed.
I winged it pretty damn good.
Well, you hear all the highlights we have. He just runs out of bounds.
Yeah, I know.
But the one thing that ASU, from Mark Malone was there, Fred Morton.
2 minutes.
Guy named Dennis Sprouse, so they were already full. So I went on to K-State. But growing up here, it's Sun Devil football, and I just hope Kenny, and I hear that passion in Kenny Dillingham. That's what it comes from your head coach. But he wants to get it, hopefully, to the second tier, and hopefully in several years, maybe they get back to the top 10, top 25, whatever it is. But you got to have that guy that's got the passion, the daily passion.
He's got it.
To get it there.
When he's got his kids, each kid has to know the fight song word for word.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
I want to ask Charlie Regal if he knows it. Because he's been in a lot of schools. You think about Charlie, he'll be with us in about a half hour, 15, 20 minutes or so. He's at Idaho. He had to learn that last year.
Yeah.
Before that,
Idaho State.
Excuse me. Then he was at Cal.
Yeah.
He's been at Arizona. He's been at Arizona State. So he's had to learn all of them.
All those.
I couldn't give you 4 words of mine. I don't even know what it starts with. I have no clue.
He may not even know the Chaparral High School.
1 minute.
fight song,
1 minute.
That's
They have one?
Yeah, they do. You should hear it. Yeah, we heard it last week. We did the game out there against O'Connor.
Can't believe they lost to.
They lost to O'Connor.
Yeah.
The old wing T came out of the 1945 playbook.
I was making the turn at the golf course, which is right next to Chaparral, and there was 2 kids wearing Chap hats that were teeing off, of course, the Blacks. These guys are
they're
bombers,
big hitters,
right?
Yeah.
And I said, how'd you guys do last night? Because I didn't know.
Sure.
I don't follow high school football. And they're like, yeah, we got beat pretty bad. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. And the guy just striped it down the middle,
300 yards.
Yeah. Hey, this weekend, football kicks off, and it starts right here at Twin Peaks. We're at the Scottsdale location today. There are now 5, and we have teamed up with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light to give you a chance to win one of 5 65-inch big screens. We'll be giving them away in December, and you're going to have an opportunity to win one of those right now by texting Peaks to 59925. That's 59925. Just text Peaks, standard message and data rates apply. And remember, Twin Peaks is your football headquarters. Specials all begin today on Blue Moon and Coors Light. I'll have all those for you coming up throughout the show. As I mentioned, Charlie Regal will join us in now about 15 minutes, but we had a nice amount of walk-offs last night in Major League Baseball, plus a big record in Seattle, milestone in Philly. Our Valley Chevy Sounds of the night are next. Again, we're live from the Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. It's Fox Sports 910.
Hey, it's Jody Ayler. I'm
Clear.
back for a few days for the Labor Day weekend holiday. We will be back Tuesday morning. It is game week in the NFL, kind of, for the Cardinals. Plus, we'll react to all the ASU and U of A Week 1 news. 6:05 Tuesday morning on The Drive, Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio.
It's the Labor Day sales event going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. Shopping for a car, truck, crossover, or SUV? See your Valley Chevy dealer during the Labor Day sales event going on now.
Time for a new big screen TV? Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Text Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. That's Peaks to 59925.
Sun Devil football season is here, and we need you in Mountain America Stadium, wearing gold and cheering on head coach Kenny Dillingham and your Sun Devils to victory. Join Sun Devil Nation this fall.
Hey, do you guys want me to come back normal or with the Chevy Sounds of the Games music as well with the Scottsdale Twin Peaks?
Matchups with USC, Colorado, Oregon, and Arizona. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about.
You guys want me to come back with the Chevy Sounds of the Game plus a Scottsdale rejoin?
Trading companies who have an obligation to their shareholders to deliver profits. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them, and they want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. Hurt in a wreck? Don't be a victim of the insurance companies. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Escape the scorching heat and get indoors at Putting World's 18-hole putting experience. Stay cool while mastering the green.
That's a fantastic question.
Visit Putting World today.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito.
Sure. Or you could do it during when what's his name comes on.
Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process.
Or you could do it during the
platinum and gold medals.
Right before Charlie.
World's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant, and all.
Chevy Sounds of the Game with a Twin Peaks rejoin.
NFL Sunday Ticket Season 23-24 only. Additional terms and embargoes apply to NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube. No refunds.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around
That's fine.
there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Linda, let's run vitals and measurements on Chairman Meow, and then
springtime is itchy.
And then are we doing all 6 of the tickets at once, or are we doing like 2 and 2?
More Allen.
3 pairs, heard.
To get some steroid cream for him.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
You guys are hot.
All right, let's get to our Valley Chevy Sounds of the week as we want to the night. We had one Diamondback highlight, and it wasn't even on offense because there wasn't much offense. But here's Corbin Carroll as he totally robbed Jason Hayward of a 3-run homer.
Yes, you just got to put it in good locations.
Hayward launches one to right field. Corbin at the wall, and he's got it. Corbin Carroll, what a play. And look at Corbin Carroll go get it. We are scoreless after 1. All right.
Got that out of the way.
He had the lone highlight the night before in the 9-1 loss. They had the home run.
That's right. He did.
Corbin Carroll on a roll with the highlights. Need a little bit more than that, though.
So we had a somewhat of a milestone yesterday as Bryce Harper became the 158th Major League player to hit 300 home runs. Here's the monumental 300th home run. It was a 2-run shot.
Now here's Harper with another chance to reach 300. And a high fly ball to deep right center field. Could he have done it? Renfro's going back toward the wall. It's gone! It's number 300!
Oh, my God.
It has given the Phillies the lead. Bryce Harper has just hit his 300th career home run. He's done it in his 1,481st game, and the Phillies have taken the lead.
Well, they didn't hold on to that lead as they lost to the Angels 10-8. Here's Bryce after the game talking about hitting that and doing it in Philly.
Yeah, I really wanted to do it at home in front of this fan base and in front of this great city, and I'm happy I did it at home. Bummed out we weren't able to close it out right there, and sweep. But I thought we had a great week at home. Won the games we had to, and get ready for this road trip. Hopefully 300 more. Like I said to you guys the other day, growing up, you don't really think about the 1 or the 2 or the 3 or anything like that. You think about the bigger numbers. Very happy with where I'm at right now, which is stepping stone into the next couple.
Those highlights are brought to you by NBC Sports in Philadelphia. As I mentioned, going to break, had a bunch of walk-off home runs last night in the bigs. Here was one, but this was a little bit different. Typically, when we play these, they're usually a home run, a hit, a triple, double, whatever. This was a hit batter that won the game. Listen to this call from SNY.
10. Infield is in, the outfield is in. And Stewart is hit by the pitch, and the Mets win it! How about that? 4th RBI of the night for Stewart as he gets plunked by Chapman to bring in McNeil with the winning run. An extraordinary victory for the Mets. DJ Stewart, the hero of heroes, but so much more to go around. Jeff Brigham with great work in the 9th and 10th. DJ Stewart, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, a game-saving catch, and the Mets win it in 10 innings, 6-5. The first career walk-off RBI for DJ Stewart.
Congratulations, Stewart. And then in St. Louis against the San Diego Padres, this was the walk-off knock from Tommy Edman.
To see the pitch, driven to right, well hit. Tatis back! It is gone! It is gone! The Cardinals have won it!
Tommy Edman does it again. Back-to-back walk-off hits for Tommy. How about that?
Credit Valley Sports Midwest. And this I just wanted to play. If you remember this guy, played for the Diamondbacks for a couple years, didn't play many games, only 2 seasons, 50-plus games a year. But he was a Dodger. He got moved to the Guardians, and he has taken full advantage of the opportunity. He's in just 20 games. He's batting .273, 15 RBIs. The guy is really playing well, and he won it last night for the Guardians over Minnesota. So if you remember this guy.
Calhoun hammers one high and deep and way out of here! Holy mackerel! Cole Calhoun with a 2-out, 3-run homer. Busted wide open for the Guardians as they take a 5-2 lead in the 10th.
And they go on to win that game as the former Sun Devil making some noise there in Cleveland for the Guardians. And then our final call, this is the Seattle Mariners. They made some history as a franchise record 21 wins in the month of August, and they now share a first-place spot in the American League West.
Is 0-2. It was a slider. Hanging up in left field. Canzone underneath. History has been made at T-Mobile Park. A month to remember. 21 wins in August of 2023. The new high water mark in franchise history.
Yeah, you think about those games. You think about the St. Louis walk-off. Edmonds back-to-back nights off Hader, same relief pitcher. He gets the back-to-back walk-offs. And you look at Phillies. Phillies have, even though they lost that game last night, they won 7 out of 9. So here come the Phillies, like they did last year, late in the year, and nice to see an ex-Sun Devil, get a knock there in that game, and hopefully starting to prosper with the Guardians.
If you would have told me at the beginning of the season
3 minutes,
the Seattle Mariners would be battling Houston for the first spot in the AL West, I would have said no. This is not going to happen, and I'm like stunned that Seattle is playing this well. But the way that they have played in the month of August, They went from the depths of disaster to the penthouse by winning 21 games in the month of August.
Well, you think about that, just quietly going about their business.
They did,
You know, when they're doing that. I mean, it's pretty much, you know, you think back of Shades, was it almost 20 years ago when they won 115 games?
They did.
And got toasted in the first round of the playoffs by the Yankees. So you just hope that for those folks in Seattle, like the folks here in Phoenix, that get your team to the playoffs and get beyond a wild card.
That's your Sounds of the Night, brought to you by the Valley Chevy Dealers. Your Valley Chevy Dealers serving the Valley for over 80 years. Find new roads at your
2
Chevy
minutes.
dealer. Head to valleychevy.com. Well, we have some more tickets we want to give away right now. We have 3 pairs, okay, 3 pairs of tickets, lower level, for tonight's ASU Southern Utah football game. It starts at 7 o'clock on Frank Hood Field. And we'll give them to you right now. First 3 callers at 602-260-9191. That's 602-260-9191. It's 3 pairs, lower level tickets for tonight's game. So there you have it. So get on board. 602-260-9191. If you haven't heard, we have brought back the Fan Pick'em once again here at Twin Peaks, and thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. All you got to do is go to fanpick'em.com, giving away $50 man cards every week. We are also have a Survivor going on. Grand prize is $5,000, as well as a $500 gift card from Twin Peaks. We call them man cards. But if you want to play, if you want to win, you got to play, I should say. So go to fanpick'em.com. Hope get a lot of players this year. It's free to sign up. All you're doing is picks. And what's
1 minute.
It, we take like the top, I think 12 weeks, 13 weeks of the season. So if you do have some bad weeks, we throw them out. So it's a good deal for you. Coming up, we're pretty excited. We're going to be doing this every Thursday at 1:30. We'll catch up with Charlie Regal as the Kenny Dillingham era 4A. It's going tonight, as we all know. It's going to be appointment radio every Thursday at 1:30 to catch up with the assistant head coach and special teams coordinator, Charlie Regal. He'll give us the latest scoop. Thanks to Crest Insurance Group. Charlie Regal, next. We're live from Twin Peaks, Scottsdale. It's Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Cardinals are assembling their practice squad roster. Quarterback Jeff Driscoll and receiver Andre Bocellia are among the additions. A little over a day remains until ASU kicks off its football season against Southern Utah. Freshman quarterback Jalen Rashada is QB1, according to the team's official depth chart released yesterday. The Mercury fell to the Atlanta Dream for their 6th straight loss. The D-backs fell to the Dodgers last night, the 4th straight setback versus their division rival. The series finishes up tonight with Brandon Pfaadt on the mound. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at
Football is here, and
puttingworld.com.
Roc and Manuch are hosting the Watch Win Wager Kickoff Party in the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona, Thursday, September 7th. Cash prizes all game plus a chance to take home a 75-inch smart TV. It's the Watch Win Wager Kickoff Party, Thursday, September 7th at Casino, Arizona.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years.
So the first guy I talked to didn't give me an email.
I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice.
I don't have his.
Just off the 101 on Frankwood Wright Boulevard and always online.
I was able to get the second guy. I completely spaced on his. God damn it.
Insured and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Football on Monday nights continue this season live from the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona with Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and the rest of the Fox Sports 910 team. Win your share of the cash prizes through our progressive kickoff jackpot contest, quarters, squares, football bingo, and propositions contests. It's year 23. Doors open at 3. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Monday night tailgate party at Casino, Arizona.
Attention Phoenix, attention Phoenix! Do you miss your old truck? Are you looking for a new truck to explore the beautiful Arizona high country? Well, look no further. Sullivan Motors Mesa has over 300 quality pre-owned trucks to choose from, and all types of trucks. Lifted trucks, diesels, crew cabs, haulers, 4x4s, and work trucks. And all brands. Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Ram, Nissan, Toyota, over 300 to choose from only at Sullivan Motors at 1515 West Broadway in Mesa, where we have a truck for every family and every lifestyle. And now get $3,000 minimum on your trade no matter what the condition. That's right, $3K minimum on your trade and drive home in your new truck today, or better yet, drive your new truck to one of Arizona's beautiful lakes or the spectacular high country. Get it now at the Valley's largest pre-owned dealership, Sullivan Motors, 1515 West Broadway in Mesa, or go to smcauto.com. That's smcauto.com. smcauto.com pricing.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
It keeps telling me call can't be completed. Can you have him call the toll-free?
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Ragle now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today at thecrestins.com.
We're going to catch up with Charlie Ragle here in just a moment. Devils kicking off their season tonight.
Move on.
I can't hear the sound whenever you're playing. Southern Utah in town on Frank Cush Field as they enter the first season under Kenny Dillingham. Jaden Rashada will get the nod tonight. The superstar freshman, true freshman, will get an opportunity here to show Sun Devil Nation what he's all about.
Well, and at the other thing, too, you're looking at not only him, but you got Jalen Conyers, a fine tight end. Here's a young man that a lot of folks are looking at nationally. Kid could be a second, third-round draft pick. When you look at tight ends, Sun Devils got some home run hitters from that standpoint. So I think that getting off to I call it a clean start. And I think from a coaching staff, you want to come out aggressive. You want to come out fast-paced. You want to come out into a scenario that's basically making sure that you've got a team that understands exactly what we got going on.
Yeah, they've got a lot of new guys, too. I mean, at Roger Seaver, they've got Idaho State. Speaking of Charlie Ragle, Xavier Guillory, I'm excited to see him tonight, as well as, Cameron Scotabo, another Big Sky Conference guy from Sacramento State. Both guys that were first-teamers last year now get to play at ASU.
I just want to see what the team is going to look like, totally. I'm not going to focus in on specific players, at least in this first game, because the competition factor is not that good. But I will focus in on that next game when they play against Oklahoma State. But look, this is a club that spiraled out of control. They brought in a local in Dillingham and lots of guys who are assistants on his coaching staff to bring it out of the depths of disaster. I hope that it takes place, and I hope that it takes place this year. We don't expect them to be a bowl team, but that would be absolutely awesome if they were able to win 6 games in their first year.
Well, from Jaden Rashada to a bowl ban, what a crazy week it's been for the Sun Devils, and all that doesn't matter because it's game day now. The Southern Utah Thunderbirds are in town, and we are in courtesy of Crest Insurance now. Assistant head coach Charlie Ragle joins us now on the Right to It a Guest line. Coach, so what do you do on a game day? Start us out with what you do on a game day.
Well, I got to, by all accounts, the perfect. Got to sleep in. Got up at about 6 this morning instead of about 4:50. That was a good start, and made our way down to Tempe for a breakfast and a staff meeting at 9, and then we had a defensive unit meeting. We finished our teams, which is the last night, which in our world is Friday night, right? Today is Saturday in our world. So we had a defensive unit meeting, and we finished that, and then we went over to the indoor and had about a 45-minute walk as a team, and just, dotting the I's and crossing the T's, so to speak, and then took the players back to the hotel. They're in their rooms off their feet right now. Everybody's kind of relaxing, and then we'll get together again here at 3:15 for a pregame meal, eat, final, comments, and then we'll make our way to the stadium and get ready for kickoff at 7.
Coach, I can just imagine, maybe it was yesterday, the day before, that you guys, the old proverbial dress rehearsal, running out the first team, the special team guys, the first team offense, defense, kind of a mock game, if you will, getting guys in and out just to make sure everybody kind of sort of knows where to go in opening game.
No, you're right. We actually did that. We did that last Friday night. And again, just, everything we do is for the first time. It is all brand new. We're a new staff with guys. We've known each other for a long time, but we haven't worked together per se. And so everything is new to us and new to our players. So a little bit of patience, extra patience is required. And I'm making sure everybody's in the right place at the right time and ready to do the right things when called upon. As you know, it takes a little bit of work.
Charlie, you've been an assistant, you've been a head coach, and now you're back the assistant here with Kenny Dillingham. Do you still get the butterflies because it is game 1 of the season? Does that still happen for a veteran coach like you?
It's funny because he and I were talking about it this morning, and he's like, I slept like a baby, he told me. I was like, well, blank you, I was a little wired. I'm not going to lie to you. This is probably, I don't know, nervous is the right word. The anticipation of being back home, I think, is a little bit extra, and having so many people reach out and just wishing me and the program well. There's a little bit extra because you're at home and you want to perform well, not only for your family and friends, but obviously for the job that you do, just the personal pride. But I think it's all of the above, and there's certainly a little bit of extra anticipation going into this first one.
And with the head coach, you've been the assistant head coach. Talk about that role as far as manager, plus being the special teams coordinator. How much more is that as assistant head coach to help Kenny out?
Well, I think, that's obviously just that, as I obviously am well aware that he is the boss, and I don't try and poke my nose where it doesn't belong. But, my job is to kind of just sit back and observe things and just give him a different set of eyes at times when he asks for it. I don't want to be poked, like I said, overbearing. I don't want to always come in with an answer or a suggestion. It's when he wants it, when he asks for it, if I think it's necessary, just to give him another perspective. And we got several guys on staff that have head coaching experience that help with that. And he's really receptive into listening and taking on new ideas. And I think that's one of the things that makes him great is he doesn't always have to have, the sharpest pencil in the room.
Charlie Regal joining us here, Fox Sports 910. I'm curious, when you're on the sideline as a head coach, it's a little bit of different view. And Kenny has been in the booth for so long at all the stops he's made. How much of a difference will that make for him?
Well, I think we're going to find out tonight. I was talking to my brother again. That's something that's brand new, right? It's been a long time since he's been on the sideline, and he has a guy that is going to help him, be an extra set of eyes down there and help him manage situations so that we stay on task because, he's managing all 3 phases as the head coach. And so I think that, this is certainly a new challenge for him. But, obviously you see how he attacks every day with high energy and focus. And I don't anticipate that it'll be any different because we're playing a game, tonight.
Coach, I'm curious, it's been a rough week in the sense of, finding out you're not going to be eligible for postseason competition. I'm curious at first, how did it hit you? And then how hard or how bummed are you for the seniors that this happened?
Well, I mean, obviously it's one of those deals where, it was tough when we got the news. I think, there was a lot of seniors that, it hurt, right? But it's something, as we told them, I say this all the time. If you're going to leave a legacy, you first have to learn a lesson. And we talked about what that lesson was and is as a group, and now it's about us going out
3
and
minutes.
a legacy for this senior and for this season for these seniors, and something that they can remember. And again, it's something that's out of our control. It's very unfortunate, but as we told them, and as Coach Dillingham said, multiple times, good things happen or bad things happen to good people all the time. It's not what happens to you, but it's how we react to it. And so that's the only thing that we can control. And we have 12 games in front of us, and it starts tonight with Southern Utah. And that's where our focus is going to be as we move on to the season and these next 12 football games.
Charlie, set the fans up who are listening now to this interview with you. What should they expect tonight, A, to see from the offense, and B, to see from the defense?
Yeah, I think, when you talk about offensively, obviously, I think everybody's eyes are going to be on the quarterback who, in my estimation, is unbelievable talent. I think the question will be how quick can he process the game at this speed, and how accurate can he be making good decisions and efficient
2 minutes
in real life football. But his talent is unbelievable. And when I say unbelievable, I mean it is big time talent. It's just a matter of time with Jaden, and we're certainly going to see what he does tonight. But I think that our offensive line will be drastically improved, and I think we have both at the running back position and the wide receiver position, as well as tight end, include those guys, some guys that can make explosive plays. So I think that's something to keep an eye on. And then I think defensively, what you're going to see from us is an aggressive style of defense. We've got some guys that can get off the football, and I think on the back end, the back seven linebackers and secondary, we've got some athletes, and I think you're going to see an aggressive style of defense play tonight and throughout this season, and I think it's going to lend to some exciting football, and hopefully we can add some extra oomph in the return game and put it all together.
1 minute,
really
1 minute.
Season.
And Charlie, I'm excited. As an ex-quarterback, I love the home run hitters, but I also love Jalen Conyers, your tight end. This young man's special. I mean, I'm not going to jinx him and say, hey, we've seen a lot of great tight ends come down the pike at ASU and in the Pac-12, but you got to say that this young man can really be a game changer for you guys this year.
Oh, without a doubt, he's a matchup problem for anybody that we play every week. He is a tremendous talent. He has great ball skills, and we expect him to be at the forefront of that offensive unit for sure.
Coach, last one. You mentioned to me, I'll never forget, I remember where I was sitting when we talked, and you said, you didn't say these words, but you basically said, get your popcorn ready, and you're going to love Clayton Smith, the transfer from University of Oklahoma. Tell us more about him and what kind of talent this kid is.
Yeah, this kid's a gamer. I got goosebumps right now. I mean, this kid is he's got some twitch and explosion that I think that people are going to be excited to see. I think with him, BJ Green, I think Chris Sorba, those three guys, you're really going to see some guys in those three coming off the edge. And I think they're going to be tough to block all season long. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Clayton. I'm excited for Prince and BJ. It's going to be fun starting here tonight at 7 o'clock with those guys.
Coach, we're looking forward to this all season long. Thanks so much. Good luck tonight. Let's get the first one, and we'll talk to you next week.
Looking forward to it, and I appreciate you guys. Go Devils.
You got it. It's Charlie Regal joining assistant head coach for the Sun Devils. He's presented by Crest Insurance. Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to crestins.com. So we appreciate Charlie joining us here. Would you watch your favorite college football team in a movie theater?
Let me think about that.
Not a man cave.
Yeah, but in
a movie theater, like a Harkins, United Artists. ESPN is hoping so. I'll tell you about that next. Plus a new study that found beer goggles are just a myth. It's Fox Sports 910.
There is the Odd Couple.
Street, 278. It's allcitytowing.com.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive going on now. New inventory arriving daily. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Football on Monday nights continue this season live from the Sportsbook in CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona with Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and the rest of the Fox Sports 910 team. Win your share of the cash prizes through our progressive kickoff jackpot contest, quarter squares, football bingo, and propositions contests. It's year 23. Doors open at 3. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Monday night tailgate party at Casino, Arizona.
Wayne Decker is the owner of PlumSmart, and he's also a friend of mine. Hey, it's Jody Ayler, and when you can build a company that's as good as PlumSmart and save me money and be a great guy, you'll be a friend of mine too. PlumSmart does something that very
I think it's still just 2.
Best deal out there. If that means going to their competition, so be it. It doesn't happen very often.
Correct.
PlumSmart is about half the price of the other guys. Dial pound 250 and say keyword PlumSmart. That's pound 250 keyword PlumSmart, or it's just plumsmart.com because
not yet. No,
guys charge too much.
Okay, outdoor summer cocktail party fit check. I've
Sure
got
thing.
a hot pink and orange bodycon dress paired with vintage sneakers. It'll definitely attract attention, but not from mosquitoes, because I'm wearing it with Off Clean Feel for 8 gorgeous hours of not sticky, fragrance-free protection. So I can sip, socialize, and flirt out there in the wild with absolutely unshakable confidence. Get your pre-party protection on with Off Clean Feel. SC Johnson, a family company.
Let's get to the latest survey that, in most cases, makes no sense, but Rock seems to think so. It's the Roc and Manuch survey of the day on Fox Sports 910.
We're out here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. Now, maybe you've been to a Twin Peaks, and I doubt this is their fault, but if you've had maybe a couple too many, and you go in with a unfortunate-looking person, that's on you. That is on you.
An unfortunate-looking person?
Yes.
That was a nice way
That
to
was-
say
that was
it.
very-
Yeah.
very kind.
Well, you got to be PC.
Well, that
If this was radio 5 years ago, 7 years ago, I would have said something much different.
Sure. That's very
Some ugly-looking, yeah. The idea that alcohol makes ugly people attractive may not be true after all.
Oh.
A new study found that beer goggles might be a myth, just a myth. So what they did some studies. They had volunteers look at random photos and rate how attractive they were. And those studies did find that some people were a little hotter when they had a few drinks, but another study had a little wrinkle to that. This time, it was closer to the actual experience of being a single person at a bar. The volunteers were told that they'd be meeting people in the photos. For some reason, that made a difference. Being sober or drunk didn't matter. They rated people's looks the same either way. So the study did find there's another term we use that is pretty accurate, though. Alcohol really can be liquid courage.
Yes, that is
liquid courage. So after rating these photos, these volunteers were asked to pick the people they wanted to meet in person.
Sure. Yeah.
And after a few drinks, they're almost twice as likely to choose the ones that they had rated as being the hottest. So in other words, from this survey, we're definitely more likely to walk right up and can't say what I want to say, than if you had a drink or two.
Okay.
You know,
This gives you more courage. Just gives you
the
more
liquid courage.
Yeah, a little more
yes.
push to go meet that individual.
Yes.
And not so much that you're desperate. That could be too if you're the single guy and just a couple gals are, even though she's not attractive, but maybe. So that survey just basically dispels that entire thing.
If you're desperate, you end up on loser's corner when you walk out of the refreshment
So
stand.
what's loser's corner? I don't know. Is that an old term in the 50s, 60s?
No, that was in the 40s.
40.
3 minutes?
They would have the hot dog stands out there for
late night,
for late
something
night,
to eat.
Yep, something to eat. So if you didn't score, you walked out. There was a hot dog vendor.
See
That
now,
was loser's
Jimmy,
corner.
just so you know, 40s, 50s has changed. Now it's like a food trucks. You had hot dog stands, right? Hey, speaking of food trucks and hot dogs, another study shows that around 12% of Americans are eating half of the country's beef. They also say that men between the ages of 50 and 65 are most likely to be eating beef. Like, what's your beef?
Yeah, exactly. So I think 3 times a week I'm a beef guy. I'm steak, pulled pork or something like that.
Good burger.
Yeah, good burger. But I do try. I gotta say, I try to eat more fish, eat more healthy, and not eat as much.
I will get
beef.
the burger and then get a salad. Does that count? In my mind.
Do you go in that order?
Do
you eat your salad last?
2 minutes?
Yeah.
See, that's interesting because I was raised the same way.
Yeah.
We always had our salad last.
Yeah.
We'd have dinner, and then you always had salad last. And I don't know why. Maybe because my family is Italian and European.
Cleans your palate.
Is that why?
I don't know. I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
We always had it first. It's kind of like a quasi appetizer, and then you ate it. Who knows?
Here's
as long as you eat your greens, Jimmy, it doesn't make a difference.
My thing on that is if I eat the salad, then I'm afraid I'm going to be too full to finish off the main course.
But every restaurant gives you the salad.
I know,
first.
which is why I only eat a
but
couple
at home,
of bites.
I've never understood that.
Yeah.
Hey, the weekend gets kicked off today at Twin Peaks, now with 5 Valley locations. Easy for me to say, as they've teamed up. We've teamed up with Blue Moon and Coors Light to give you a chance to win one of 5 65-inch big screen TVs. We're giving them away this football season. Just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply.
1 minute.
That's
1 minute.
Peaks, your football headquarters. I did not get to the story about ESPN showing college football games now in theaters. We'll get to that story around about 2:15. But we got our top stories coming up next, as well as we will catch up with tonight's game on the Pac-12 network between Arizona State and Southern Utah, as we are live from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. Appreciate you hanging out with us today.
30.
Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, Jax, Connor. We got the whole team here as football season starts tonight here in the Valley. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, right here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Football on Monday nights continue this season live from the Sportsbook in CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona with Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and the rest of the Fox Sports 910 team. Win your share of the cash prizes through our progressive kickoff jackpot contest, quarter squares, football bingo, and propositions contests. It's year 23. Doors open at 3. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Monday night tailgate party at Casino, Arizona.
Did you guys want me to call Robert and see if he wanted 4 tickets?
Need to upgrade that big screen TV with a new 4K 65-incher? Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, along with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light are giving away 5 smart TVs, one for each of the 5 Twin Peaks locations. Text Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Enter daily. That's Peaks to 59925. Twin Peaks, your football headquarters.
The iHeartRadio All Access free preview is coming. Listen to any song on demand, unlimited skips, even download your faves and listen offline. Experience true freedom. The iHeartRadio All Access free preview starts Monday. Download the free iHeartRadio app now. Free never sounded so good.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa?
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple of years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage. End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and
Did you guys want me to call Robert and see if you wanted 4 tickets?
AGE. Clean nose, healthy life.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Visit findhuskbeer.com for a retailer near you. Now that's what the Husk is about.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Suns' Ring of Honor will now include banners to be hung from the rafters. The team has displayed the Ring of Honor on an upper deck LED ribbon board. The Cardinals are signing wide receiver Caden Davis from the practice squad. The Mercury attempt to end their 6-game slide with today's game against the Connecticut Sun. The Kenny Dillingham era of the Sun Devils football program begins tonight against Southern Utah. The D-backs get a day off to recover from being swept by the Dodgers. They're back at Chase Field tomorrow for their series opener against Baltimore. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, look for mostly sunny skies out there with temperatures topping out close to 107 degrees. We are going to see some breezier conditions later on this afternoon, about a 40% chance for some rain for tonight, with those temperatures dipping down into the low 80s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score big on sleep and savings during Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Save up to $700.
All right, we're coming back with the CAC top stories.
Beds. And get a $300 instant gift. Good towards pillows and more.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on
Coming
your
back.
favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Hot.
ASU football tonight. Southern Utah is in town. Had Charlie Regal, the assistant coach, on in the last hour. Can't find a spread, boys. I can't find a spread.
31.5.
31.5.
And then
Okay.
the over-under's at 58.5.
31, because it didn't show up on DraftKings when I looked like a couple days ago.
It's on Caesars and BetMGM.
Okay.
31.5 over under. Man.
So if
31.5 is the spread.
I'm sorry, spread. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So last year they opened with Utah and lost 77-7 or 73-7. Yeah. Now you got a Coach Fitzgerald, their coach. So he's in his second year. They got a pretty good quarterback. I was kind of doing some, not that I'm scouting, but I just was like
scouting.
Well, I was curious. Yeah, but I was curious. Some of these, these big sky schools. You're just like you wonder. Plus, I'm curious what goes on at NAU, and if they play Southern Utah this year, I don't even know their schedule. But if that's the case, but most likely they do. But I kind of looked at it and I'm like, what the biggest common denominator that I read about this team is they get turnovers, and they were one of the top teams in this country when it comes to turnovers, their differential. So you got what 52, 53, 55 new scholarship athletes on this roster for Arizona State. I mean, it's and they're at Southern Utah, those guys stay. Not a lot of guys are jumping to
And if there's any, if they go to the portal, it's going to be for somebody that wants to be there. I mean, there's not many guys.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's gone on to an ASU, U of A, whatever, says like I want to play, and I'm not. Listen, like I'm going to play here for the next 3 or 4 years. You come to Southern Utah or go to an NAU, maybe go to Eastern Washington because you'll play at Eastern Washington.
Damn straight, I did.
You'll go to that for sure.
I was going to say Southern Utah just joined the WAC, so they're no longer.
Oh, they're not the Big Sky anymore. They're WAC.
Yeah,
they're just
so much.
WAC.
That's how
they jumped to D1.
Well,
WAC's
still D1.
Yeah,
Big Sky's still
Big
D1.
too.
Yeah, they kind of. It's no longer the way it was in the 40s and 50s. You know, it's Division One, Division Two, Division Three. It's called FBF, FCS. You know,
NCAA Division
D1.
2.
It's still D1. So
Are you sure, Jimmy?
I'm sure of that.
Okay.
So the thing that I want to see is I want to see how well just they operate, meaning Arizona State with a freshman QB. You know, how quickly does he get the jitters out of his system? How quickly do they assimilate when they get up to the line of scrimmage? Are they going to take a penalty for movement on the line of scrimmage because everybody's not sure of the calls or the cadence for that matter, just because there's going to be noise in the stadium? You don't get that in practice.
Well, you hope a lot of noise in the stadium.
Yeah, you can simulate it, but it's still
But
not the same.
when they have the ball, they're not going to be making the noise, Jimmy. They'll give them the
everybody
courtesy.
makes noise. Everybody makes noise in the stadium.
Here's what you do with a young, especially a freshman quarterback. You give them a lot of safe throws, easy throws.
Yep.
Hand off. Give them a lot of simple things to do.
Waggles.
Waggles, boots. Let them run. Well, just give them.
Rock likes to use that term.
No, that's probably the first time I've ever used it.
Okay.
Manuch doesn't do a show without saying the waggle boots.
I know that.
And I don't even know what the hell it is.
Waggle. You're faking a handoff. You're going left there. Everybody else is going right.
That's the waggle?
That's the waggle.
Now I know.
And that time, most of the time, you pretty much you'll pull up. But I think for Rashada, I think for this young man, that they'll kind of ease him into the game, rely on the running game, utilize their big tight end and Conyers, and give him some safe throws until he gets a good feel for the game. Or, hell, they might just start him off and have a go route. Just send everybody deep, just air it out, get that out of his system.
I would love that. Open up with a bomb.
That would be great.
And just
go route is a bomb.
Go route.
Oh, you're not allowed to say bomb, right? You gotta say
you
go
can
route.
say
You allowed to say bomb?
Go
All right.
a 9 route or a go route or just air it out. All seams, all goes, bomb, whatever you want to call it.
It's PC Thursday here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. You can't say throw a bomb.
Not on the football field, man.
So you can't say it.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
you can.
Well, you just said you said
Air it out.
Air it out. Throw the bomb.
Yeah.
9 route. Let's go. Let's take
But if
one deep.
Rashada did that, that would be outstanding.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he completes it or not. It would just be
great. Kenny, welcome.
Yeah.
We're not holding anything back.
No.
But I think that the closest thing you can watch as far as what this offense is going to look like, just look at Oregon's offense last year and what they did. It was a lot of combination of the RPO, the spread, quick passing game. Oregon obviously had dudes that can get down the field. A solid tight end, what they have in Conyers. And I think that once you start to mix that up, and my question for you guys is, okay, if they get up big, which I think they will, do you continue to work on a few things that you want to work on getting ready for Oklahoma State next week?
I think they would for a little while, Manuch, but if the game is so out of control and now you're getting late into the fourth quarter, then you would get those players out and get the substitutions on the field so that they get some actual game experience. But I think for a little while, let's say it's 28-3 at halftime, you're still going to come back with your starters to open up the second half.
They need the reps.
They need the reps. That is correct.
They need the reps and kind of push through the heat and the conditioning and all that. But I think to your point, Jimmy, if you get the big lead, you want to play your depth.
Yes.
So your first and second teamers are going to need to play if you can. Hopefully you can. And because you're going to need all hands on deck next week.
So this year in college football, of course, it's all getting underway. Did last week, but now it's the week one, and Utah and Florida going at it tonight. That's the ESPN game. But Pac-12 will have Arizona State and Southern Utah. You will notice games are going to end a lot sooner than they did in the past because there's a new set of rules that the NCAA Football Rules Committee has put in place for Division I and Division II football. So they have some new rules that resemble the ones in the NFL, and it has to do with the clock. It will allow the game clock to continue to run even after a first down is gained. Although this is a switch up from past years when the clock was stopped after every first down, a gained first down will stop the clock during the last 2 minutes of either half. So this new rule, I think it's important because the game, originally the game clock would stop when a team gained that first down.
Right.
And then the clock would resume when the referee placed that marker on the field, right? And then the team would be awarded the first down. This new rule change, at least for coaches, it's important because it's going to maximize every play. Without the usage of that possible calling a timeout, you think of it a way, they can now think about that next play, have a little bit more time, and work on that next drive. So these new rules, we'll see. There's some other things here. Penalties at the end of the first and third quarters will carry over and be enforced on the first play of the next quarter. Teams will have the optional use of instant replay in games that do not have an instant replay booth official. Second half warm-up activities guidelines were established, including the teams are required to wait until the field is made available for return, and they'll have designated areas. So that has to do with like bands and promotions. Right. So they have to wait because sometimes you see the punter and kickers out there, right?
Yeah. And they're kicking into the band.
Yeah. And then when teams are on the field, drones are not allowed over the playing surface or the team areas. So the NCAA hopes to kind of utilize these, and then they'll have a study and they'll have a plan for us next year on if it worked or not. But I think all of us are for these rules that allow the game to go a little quicker.
I think that 3.5-hour games were kind of the norm.
They were.
For college football. If you can cut it down to 2.5 to 3 would be better. Like the one thing about the penalty at the end of a quarter, instead of replaying it with zero time on the clock, I love it. Just carry it over to the next quarter. Let's get this thing going.
One other one I forgot to say is teams will be prohibited from calling consecutive team timeouts. So this rule, is basically back-to-back timeouts when you try to ice a kicker.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's gone away. So
that's good to hear because a lot of guys will just do that. They'll wait.
Yes.
Timeout. I mean, that plays into the strategy, guys. As far as if I got three timeouts left and there's only about a minute left, they're kicking a field goal. I just got to understand that I can only use one of my timeouts to ice that kicker or use it wherever I need to use it. Now, at the end of the half, you want to save as many as you can at the end of the game. But as far as, game-winning kick, if you've got 2 left, you can only use 1 at the very end of the game. So I think they got to use that wisely as far as their strategy is concerned.
This is a great weekend because it's week 1, but there aren't a lot of great games at all. I mean, other than tonight with Utah and Florida, you look to Saturday, and I'm kind of looking at, all right, Penn State, West Virginia, Washington, Boise State.
That's a good game, actually.
Could be a good game.
Yeah.
TCU, Colorado because of Dion, but that spreads over 20, I think.
Yeah.
North Carolina, South Carolina, that's where ESPN will be, game day. But that's it. I mean, Sunday you got LSU, Florida State.
That's great.
I like that. And then we got a Monday game at Clemson and Duke. I mean, there's some other games in there, but like Texas Rice doesn't do anything for me. Kansas State and Southeast Missouri State.
Let's go, Cats.
What's crazy about Rice and Texas, JT Daniels will be playing for a 3rd straight year against Texas on a 3rd straight different team.
That's crazy.
Rice, West Virginia, USC.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that LSU Florida State game on Sunday night would, I think, probably the best game.
It's going to be
at all of them.
Going to be terrific.
You look at that; those top 10 teams.
3 minutes.
At Florida State. Is Florida State for real with all the hype that they've been getting? And can Brian Kelly get this LSU team finally to the mountaintop, and win a national title?
Let's go to the Utah-Florida game real quick.
Sure.
Because Cam Rising, the terrific quarterback for the Utes, is not going to play in tonight's game. But the guy who is going to play had terrific success prior to Cam Rising taking over that job. And then he took over in the Rose Bowl when Cam Rising got hurt and played really well. So I think people are saying, well, Cam Rising's not going to play. I'm going to jump on the Gators. I would second guess that right now. I think Utah is really good, and this kid at QB, he can really play.
And they don't lose at Utah either.
No, they don't.
No matter who comes in. They don't lose.
I'm not touching it.
No.
I can't touch it. I mean, I already placed about 20 bets.
2 minutes?
But that's the game
Wait a
I
minute.
didn't.
I thought you just said all the games were lousy, but that doesn't
didn't mean I
stop
can't bet them. You kidding me? I mean, there's some spreads out there that
There
are
are.
pretty big.
Yes,
so,
there are.
Hey, our top headlines are powered today by the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. You can watch the game, bet the game, 6 self-service betting kiosks, 3 betting windows. They're open every day from 8 to 11. They even have 8 screens dedicated to the lines. We're excited to announce we'll be back there for our 23rd year of hosting Monday Night Football in Casino, Arizona. And you can take home the cash each and every week. We got the kickoff challenge. We got the squares. We got the props. We got the football bingo. It's all free. Details at rockandmanuch.com. I mentioned earlier about ESPN and college football at movie theaters. We're going to get into that next. We also will catch up with Yogi Roth from the Pac-12 Network. He will join us in about 15 minutes, and you will have a chance to win a $25 man card as we will have our Peaks Picks brought to you by Coors Light and Blue Moon at 2:45. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here from the Twin Peaks Scottsdale.
All season long, you're home for some of the biggest and best games of the NFL season are right here on Fox Sports 910. On Fox Sports 910, presented by HornCars.com. That's HORNE Cars.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer
How am I
service,
coming
tow
back
truck operators,
from this break?
facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Sun Devil football season is here, and we need you in Mountain America Stadium, wearing gold and cheering on head coach Kenny Dillingham and your Sun Devils to victory. Join Sun Devil Nation this fall with season tickets starting at just $135. The home schedule features games against Oklahoma State and Fresno State, as well as Pac-12 matchups with USC, Colorado, Oregon, and Arizona. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
If you have the first overall pick, make sure you select Twin Peaks for your fantasy football draft party. Stay cool under pressure with 29 draft beers, bites for the whole team, plus a $50 bonus card for the commission.
Hey, do you guys know how I'm coming back from this segment? Am I just doing a regular rejoin?
More info.
Hi, this is Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2023 with 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of.
Hey guys, how am I coming back from this?
Any car dealer
You got it. Thank you.
can compete on price. That's what dealers do, but not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Watch, win, wager. It's the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona's Pro Football Kickoff Party, Thursday, September 7th, hosted by Roc and Manuch. Win cash prizes and a chance of taking home a 75-inch smart TV. Plus, drink specials like $4 domestics and $5 house wines, all while watching the Detroit and Kansas City game. Don't miss the Watch, Win, Wager Kickoff Party in the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona. Doors open at 5. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
I'm Byron Brown, personal injury attorney. Can you tell by the music that I'm educated and experienced? How about now? Can you tell I'm tough and I'll fight for you? That I'm down to kick it with y'all? That's a bunch of bullshit. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS. I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer.
Three little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times, like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. New Pepto Kids gummies helps relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for new Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located
You guys
on
are hot.
Floyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
Our Fan Pick'em starts next week. Go to fanpick'em.com. Thanks to Twin Peaks, Coors Light, and Blue Moon. Well, ESPN, in a partnership with Theater Sports Network, announced the other day that they're going to expand this year, and they are going to broadcast 75 college football games in movie theaters. And they're also going to do the 6 bowl games on New Year's. And they're going to do the playoff semis and the national championship. So right now in week 1, Virginia's game in Nashville against Tennessee, North Carolina's rivalry game with South Carolina, LSU, that top 10 showdown against Florida State, and then Clemson on Labor Day against Duke. Those will be available. TheaterSportsNetwork.com. Haven't really had a chance to kind of look and see if there's one here in the Valley where you could go. I'm not sure. I mean, get the popcorn, okay. You can drink in a lot of movie theaters now anyway.
It doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather be home, the big screen, having the availability to go to watch the game, big games, and have that comfort at home.
Yeah, but if you take your buddies, and let's say that you have like Rock, who's wagered on 300 football games already.
You're screwed then.
Yeah, you go to the
because you can't see it. You got one game on.
I know, but my point is that you would go to that game and root on that team if you're a fan of one of the teams.
Well, see, the thing is, though, had either of you guys heard of this?
No, this is the first time I've heard.
They did it last year.
They did,
and it got no buzz.
Okay,
it got no buzz. I just think it's an interesting idea.
Yes.
But to get fans to take that first step and try it out, it's going to be the hardest part.
Well, and I think that what a lot of fans do, if you got your K-State sports bar, your Ohio sports bar,
there's no such thing as a K-State sports bar.
Yeah, the Cactus Cats.
No, there is not.
There
is not a Kansas State sports bar in Arizona.
We do. We have one. The Cactus Cats have it every Saturday. I forget
the Cactus Cats. See, that just
we have
proves
the Cactus
to me.
Cats here in Phoenix.
You just proved to me.
Yeah.
You can't tell me where it is.
Well,
and you are a Kansas State standout, all Big Eight. You win the National Football League. You can't tell me where it is.
It had been at Duke's for many, many years, and I think
Dukes or McDowell or whatever.
It might be there as well too. But if they have a certain location, well, if it's a K-State game, everybody's going there. You get the food, the beverages.
No, we get
you
how
got
it
other
works.
TVs.
I mean, we get how it
but
works.
For me personally, if my Cats are playing the national title game, I'm at home watching that bad boy, or we're doing our thing over at CAZ Sports Bar. I'm there. I want to be home.
All right, you're right, Manuch. I found one, Manuch. There you go.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue in Tucson.
No,
there you go. That's the first thing that popped up.
No, that's
first thing that popped
Cactus
up.
Cats U of A Cactus.
No,
Cats.
Kansas State football bars in Arizona.
There you go.
That's great.
Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue. That's what comes up.
And
so,
we got it covered in Tucson. We got it covered in Phoenix. We got that bad boy covered.
You really don't, because you don't even know where it is.
I
mean, I can tell you where Kansas City Chiefs guys, they all go to a place called Rooster. I mean, so that's embarrassing.
We got quite the group here, Rob.
You really do, but you don't know where they go.
Well, I think it's Duke.
Come on, Jimmy.
I have an Eastern Washington bar.
Montana's got one too.
Yeah.
See, Ohio, we don't have one. I mean, first to say, but rightfully so. Not a big football school, but Ohio State, who I like. I just found out that Upper Crust, one of our partners, they are the official watch party home for the Buckeyes. So
There
if you
you
like
go.
the Buckeyes or don't like the Buckeyes, then you go watch it there.
We'll go wear your Michigan shirt there. That'd be awesome.
I don't know. I'm too much going back and forth to the 3 or 4 games
No,
that are on.
let's just be honest. You just didn't know where to go.
No, I absolutely. If I wanted to go, absolutely do. I get the
But
email
you don't
all
know
the
where.
time.
Okay, so you read it.
Yeah, I read the email.
But you can't tell us where it is.
Now this year, I don't know. It'd been at Duke's
You mean
before.
it moves around?
Oh yeah, they've been.
Why
moving
can't
around.
you just admit, yeah, you're right, Rock?
No, because you're wrong.
Just because
Yeah,
no,
you're
I'm
wrong.
not.
I don't know
All
where
right,
it's at this
Jimmy,
year.
just turn his mic off for a second. Jimmy,
Yes.
is that kind of odd that he doesn't know where his watch parties are?
I find it to be odd because if I was notified that there was a watch
Multiple
party,
times. Get the
yes,
email all the time.
I would probably
You would know.
I would make a guest appearance and brag about the fact.
Or wouldn't the so-called president of the Kansas State alumni group want to call some former guys to come in and sign autographs?
Here's a better one.
Maybe since I've ignored it for the last several years,
I would think that Jim Bob Morris.
Oh, we should call him. He knows.
Would indeed identify where that location
What's
is.
it called again, Manuch?
It's called the Cactus Cats.
Okay, so I looked it up. It's a pet adoption place in Phoenix.
So just come.
Wear your purple pride.
Realize.
Wear your purple pride. Oh man.
So anyway, we're talking about the movie theaters with ESPN. It's interesting to say the least. If it can happen, it's a little bit different, but maybe it'll work. Yesterday, the college football playoff and all the commissioners held a meeting in Dallas, and of course, the topic was expansion of the playoff and just how many automatic qualifiers they want to move in the future. But as far as I can tell, the discussions are far from over, largely due to the fact that people just don't know what's going to happen with realignment. And Pac-12 Commissioner George Kolofkoff was in attendance, and here he did one of those deals where he didn't talk to the media again. He basically said it was over, and the media were trying to get a hold of him, and he said, this is a quote, "I'm running to catch a flight. I'm focused on this year and on us winning a national championship. I'll see you guys."
He's got no clue where they're going.
He has no
it's
idea.
because he's got
it. But when does it get to the point where you got to take the bullets? You got to talk to the media. I mean, here it's 3 weeks now, and the commissioner of the Pac-12 has not done a sit down with ESPN or Fox or Pac-12 Network or 60 Minutes, and just sat down and said, "Hey, this is what happened." Because I think if he would be transparent to the fan base of the Pac-12,
sure,
I think people would have a little bit of a better idea of where he's going, if he's going anywhere, or if he's going to get canned.
If he came out and said basically, "Hey, look, I gave it the old college try, and I did the best that I could. I really thought the streaming thing was going to be effective. Obviously, it wasn't. I'm very upset that Washington and Oregon bailed on us." If he came out and was transparent like
I think that would go over really
agree.
big.
I agree if he just came out and said that.
I think it shows the lack of leadership from George Kliavkoff, number one. Number two, to that point, Jimmy, I agree with that. And number three, with the standpoint of, hey, look, we're still looking at other situations that could put this together. But look at it. Oliver Luck has basically come in there and undermined him. He's the one trying to keep it either together or broker these teams out to another conference.
Correct.
You've got 4 teams that Oliver Luck can either try to bring more teams to the pack whatever, or broker those 4 teams out to some other conference.
We were going to catch up with Rick Coro, the sports professor, but he had another obligation, so he couldn't join us today. But in this year, each Power 5 conference is going to receive about $80 million. Okay? Group of 5 conferences are going to receive a total of $103 million. That's split 5 ways. My question is, and I know this money is, from the Power 5 gets funneled down to the schools, but with the Pac-12 falling apart as it is, should all that money or whatever piece the commissioner gets, because I'm sure the conference gets a percentage of that.
Yes.
If it's 0.5% or whatever it may be, goes for operations, goes whatever, would that still be the case?
I would think so, because they are operating and playing this year as the Pac-12 conference. I don't think that they could cut them off at the knees financially for the rest of this season. Next year is when all hell breaks loose if there aren't people that step up and get those 4 remaining teams either into the Pac-12 again, or if they end up aligning themselves in different conferences.
But then when it comes to...
But I think this year you would have to pay.
Fair, but moving forward then, when it comes to distribution, if it's, say, the Power 4 now, okay, let's just say hypothetically.
2 minutes.
If one conference has 16 teams, another conference has 14 or 12, is it equal distribution because of the amount of teams?
We don't know that.
Because that's, right now, it's equal distribution.
Yes. That's what Florida State was screaming about. They wanted more money because we're the hot team in this conference. You need to give us more money because we're the cool team.
And that's why they voted down.
Exactly.
SMU, Stanford, and Cal coming in.
They don't give up their money.
Yeah, it's at that point. That's what contradictory about Florida State is, okay, you want to leave, get the hell out of there. But then again, you don't want to share, and you don't want these really three teams to come in there and bite into your piece of the pie. So from that standpoint, I find that a little contradictory from Florida State standpoint. But I think, this year they have that right to it. And who knows? They may have a Pac-6 next year. If they go get a couple teams. If Oliver Lucky,
but then they should not get. They have to wait the distribution.
Yeah, well, sure, the pro rata share
from the college football playoff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. That money.
Yeah.
That's not TV money.
Right.
This is college football playoff money.
Correct.
That is just gigantic. Hey, the Devils and Thunderbirds. Yes, it's the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. They're going to get going tonight around 7 o'clock. Pac-12 Network will have the game. Yogi Roth is going to join us, kind of talk about that and everything else that's going on in the Pac-12. Also get his thoughts on some of the other games in the Pac-12 this weekend. That is next as we continue on from the right. I should say that's tomorrow. From Twin Peaks in Scottsdale here on Fox Sports 910.
It's just down the street.
Yeah, it's just right around the corner.
Yeah.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
The D-backs were unsuccessful in landing any former Angels players that were recently put on waivers. The team also put out an unsuccessful claim on ex-Yankees outfielder Harrison Bader. ASU football takes on Southern Utah in Kenny Dillingham's debut as Sun Devils head coach. The Suns' Ring of Honor will now include banners to be hung from the rafters. The team has displayed the Ring of Honor on an upper deck LED ribbon board. The Cardinals are signing wide receiver Caden Davis to the practice squad, and the Mercury attempt to end their 6-game skid with today's game against the Connecticut Sun. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Got the urge to pick games each week?
Got Yogi on the line.
Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fan.
And then I'm coming back with the Pac-12 intro and then playing the sound.
Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino, Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning.
Yeah, the delaying sound.
And everyone's
I got that.
bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop.
And then Yogi is on the line.
Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. we'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your casino, Arizona.
Switch to my plan from Verizon and get NFL from YouTube and YouTube TV with eligible phone purchase and a value of up to $449. Head to Verizon today. $449 value applies to NFL Sunday Ticket Season 23-24 only. Additional terms and embargoes apply to NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube. No refunds.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
This is Pac-12 country. And it's 6 points on one play. Chip Traynham. White the carry, White the cutback, White to the end zone. Time to catch up with one of the experts who you can see and hear on the Pac-12 Network. Now let's talk everything Pac-12 on the Roc and Manuch Show on Fox Sports 910.
I'm going to be their biggest fan after Thursday night. Not rooting for them this week, and then after this week, I'll be a huge Kenny Dillingham fan.
Yeah.
Arizona State's football program has really good players.
Yeah, sure.
That they have good returning players that they brought in. 962 transfers that are all good players, but they're playing with a bunch of transfers that played at other schools. We have to play really, really well to compete with them on Thursday night.
That's Coach Fitz from the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. And joining us now, of course, it's time for our Pac-12 Network's report, as we do each and every week. And we're fortunate once again this season. And if you haven't seen the It Factory on the Pac-12 Network, you got to check it out. In its third season, our next guest, he sits down with the biggest names in Pac-12 football and great storylines. Tuesday it hit, where he sat down with Arizona State tight end Jalen Connors, who is a stud. We talked about him with Charlie Ragle in the last hour. Yogi Roth now on Fox Sports 910. Are you ready for some football, Yogi? You ready to go? We got
one sec.
All right, we lost him.
Going to get him back.
So there's 12 games on the college football schedule for this week, featuring Pac-12 games. And, of course, it starts tonight with Southern Utah and Arizona State on Frank Cush Field. And what I thought was interesting, we'll talk to Yogi when we get back on with him. 6 schools, half of the league is starting. Yeah, you see, we're trying to get them. 6 schools will have new starting quarterbacks this year. And here we had an offseason where all we were talking about is the quarterback play of the conference. And 6 of them, a lot of transfers, a lot of changes. I mean, you got Rashada going tonight. You got Deion Sanders' kid going for Colorado against TCU over the weekend. So there's some pretty good studs that we're going to have an opportunity to check out.
By the irony of it all, having these outstanding quarterbacks in the last year of the Pac-12, at least for now. Who knows what's going to be, but yeah, and I tell you what, you look at the Bo Nix coming back to Oregon.
That was big.
That was huge, and he wanted
Penix at Washington.
And Nix, the whole story of Nix was he was ready to move on and go to the draft.
Correct.
But with the new offensive coordinator coming into Oregon, he wanted to kind of feel it out a little bit. And I think also the situation is, would he be a lower draft choice versus waiting a year, coming out to be a higher draft choice?
The kid who played at Clemson, DJ. I always can't. I butcher
DJ
his last.
Uiagalelei.
Yeah,
we got him.
He had 28 games at Clemson over the last 3 years, and now he's going to start at Oregon State. Yogi Roth. Now we got him. Sorry, with little phone issues today. Yogi, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing great, man. Fired up to talk to you.
We appreciate you making some time. We just had a rejoin with Coach Fitz, having some fun with Kenny Dillingham, all the transfers that have come to the school. 50-something plus scholarships have been filled that weren't here last year. As you look ahead for this Sun Devil team, I know you were up at camp, at Cush Camp. You did it all. Where do you think their strengths are, and where do you think they may have some issues?
Yeah, well, I think year one with anybody, it's kind of like we'll see when we see it. I think it's really hard to predict. I do like the experience they brought in, though. I think at wideout, when they get Elijah Badger in the second half, you'll feel him pick up where he left off. Cam Scattaboo, a big fan of him. Xavier Guillory. I think that crew, he had in Jalen Conyers, they've got guys that can make plays within this offense. I think they'll find ways to get it out of Jaden Rashada's hands quickly, get it in space. So I'd probably go there. The D line stood out for me a little bit. BJ Green, the guy, he's just going to be hard for everybody to block all season long. So I'm kind of really pleasantly surprised, I think, with their front. Trey Brown, knowing him from Washington State coming down, of course, Jordan Clark. So they've got pieces that I think at every layer and every position group of this team that have a chance to do some good things this year. But the questions I think remain are what wins and loses you games? Can you protect? What does that look like up front? And can you cover, especially in this league? So I'm looking forward to watching. Ro Torrance looks the part. I think he's got a chance to be really unique. Who's the other corner on the other side? What does it really look like in a game? Those are the things I think we'll just find out tonight when they kick it off, and especially next week and as they get it under their schedule.
And to that point, Yogi, my question for you is, it seems as though you want to get the experience, get the reps for your first and second teamers per se, but not show enough. But yet again, work on just as much and get yourself ready for next week. That's kind of got to be hard for a brand new staff to get this team ready, play really well, get them off the field, and try to get some kind of reps and kind of a semblance when you got Oklahoma State coming in next weekend.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, and a lot of these systems, as you know, because you're around it a ton too, man, is they're going to run the system as the system, and then as they get into different games, they're going to dress it up in a bunch of ways to make it really complex for the opponent, especially offensively with Bo Baldwin and Kenny Dillingham, leading that side of the ball. So I think they're going to run their stuff. They have to. I mean, you don't know how Jaden Rashada is going to play. You can't hold anything back. Maybe you hold back a trick 2-point play, or you hold back a reverse, or something exotic, but you got to run your core stuff. You got to see if guys can do it. I called the week 0 game with SC and San Jose State. It's the same thing. SC ran their stuff. They only had 2 motions all game long, so they didn't dress it up like they will once they get into conference play. But they ran their core runs, they ran their core movement plays, they ran their core drop back passes. So I don't think Kenny Dillingham or anybody can afford to not run your stuff, especially the first game of the program. You only get 12, and this team, obviously, we don't know how talented they are. So I think they got to cut it loose tonight. And you also want to provide a little entertainment value. It's been a hard week, I know, at Arizona State, and I would imagine that the community has rallied around this team, and I hope I know it's hot there, but I hope tonight they show up with the support of the Valley and they put on a little bit of a show for them.
Yogi, I think that will be the case this evening, and I hope that you're right, that ASU does put on a show. Quickly, let me go back to SC real quick, since you were there watching in person and working that game. Is it a case in point where we all know how good USC's offense is with Caleb Williams at running back, but is San Jose State better than anticipated? Or is it a case where, once again, Lincoln Riley has not shored up his defense?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've seen so many of these openers. I think every team in the country that plays their first game this weekend will not play perfect, right? So if you look at the SC defense, having called the game and watched it back a few times since, they had a couple busts that led to, obviously, a touchdown before the half, a big 3rd and 22 conversion in the second quarter, in the first quarter. But those were busts. That was a D lineman loop into the left, and he should have looped to the right. That was a corner playing an inverted safety look, and he played the hash and didn't play the boundary well. Those things are things that I think are going to happen to everybody a lot of times in week 1. The good thing is that they played a team that you couldn't handle the explosiveness that USC ended up showcasing in the return game, and of course with Caleb in the offense. But I honestly think the defense has taken a big step. You look at that defensive line, and it's transfer. I mean, the whole front 7 is flipped from a year ago.
3 minutes.
I think they're much better, having called their opener in a bunch of games last year than they were a year ago. I think the narrative of SC's defense isn't, any better than it was against Tulane is inaccurate, to be honest with you. And I think they're a work in progress, like every defense in the country in this era of college football. And San Jose State, I think, will make a lot of noise in the Mountain West this year if they can survive they're brutal first couple games within their schedule. But no, man, I think SC is big time upgrade defensively than where they were. I think they'll continue to show out, and then we'll see really with them in the back half of the season when they have to play the Utahs and Oregons and Washingtons and UCLA and Notre Dame. I mean, there's a stretch there that's pretty brutal for them.
Yogi, I guess I'm intrigued. A couple games, the TCU Colorado game, just to see how Coach Prime and that team handles the 17th ranked team. And the other one I think is going to be a very good game is going up north to Seattle, watch Boise State and Washington to watch those two teams get after, which I think is going to be a good game. But
2
how
minutes.
Colorado responds to the onslaught of TCU is going to be very interesting this weekend.
Oh man, I mean it's must see, and I'm all in. I'm all in on leaning into the hype. I think the best game is going to be the one in a couple hours with Utah and Florida, because it's just a huge opportunity for Utah's program, for the country to see really how excited that fan base is, what it's like there, and then they're going to go into the Big 12. And to me, and I get what TCU did a year ago, but I think Utah's been a more consistent program. You just have to look at the numbers to see that. So they'll walk into the Big 12 in a great scenario a year from now. But you're right on the Buffs. The biggest question is when it gets hard, because I think they'll play an incredible half. I mean, this is a team that had the lead against TCU last year at the half. They're up 7-6, right, I believe. So now I think they'll come out, they'll play with their hair on fire, and the challenge will be in that third quarter, can you sustain? And if they lose, the biggest question to me is going to be like, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, has been a truth teller from the beginning.
1 minute. 1 minute.
And I wonder what he'll be like and what this team will be like when adversity strikes, because we can treat them like pros all we want. We can say college football is NFL light all we want. But the one thing that didn't change amid all the changes is the age range of these young men playing. And they are as fragile as ever, I think, in this era of college football. So I'm curious how he manages it. And I'm curious how this team manages it when it gets hard, because their schedule is brutal. I'm not picking Colorado to go to the title. I hope they do. I hope they win them all, because it'll be a hell of a story. But I'm most intrigued to see how they deal with adversity in the second half of that game against TCU.
All right, Yogi, last one here being the Thursday as it kicks off tonight. And you look in your crystal ball, aside from Caleb Williams, because all the talk is about Williams, that's all we hear about, who would you say is going to be the number 2 quarterback this year?
Oh, man, it's so hard.
I know. It's really hard.
I don't know.
I mean,
like
6 new ones.
Yeah, you got 6 coming back with 3,000 plus yards of offense. You've got a couple transfers, and then you got a true freshman. I mean, I think 11 of the 12, I know Stanford hasn't announced the quarterback, but 11 of the 12 starters in this league might be transfer quarterbacks. I don't think you can go through the conversation and not say Michael Penix Jr. as the nation's leading passer. It's hard to not say Bo Nix. It's hard to not talk about Jaden DeLaura. But I also want to give a lot of love to DJ Uyunglele, because I picked Oregon State to go to the title game based on their schedule, who they play when and where they play. I mean, he's 6'3", 6'4", 256. QB run game, drop back pass game. They're going to run the ball, play action, get him out of the pocket. I mean, I think he's going to play at a high level, man. I'm not saying I'd take him over Michael Penix or Bo Nix or the guys I referenced, because we got to go see it. But I am intrigued. And I think as a broadcaster, what I like the most, man, is the last 5 minutes of every game are going to be phenomenal this season, regardless of opponent.
All right, Yogi, as we let you go, the It Factory, you had a great one on tight end Jalen Connors the other day. What do you got coming up? Who's kind of give us a tease on who we may see here soon?
Yeah, so I've been building these features all summer long on Michael Penix Jr. and why he returned, and Bo Nix and why he's playing with joy, and why he decided to spur the NFL and come on back, right? This is a married man who's been in college for a long time. So the next 2 episodes are those 2 quarterbacks.
Nice.
And they're intense, man. They're really fun. I got on a boat with Michael Penix Jr. We were fishing while we did the interview. And for Bo, it was cool. His parents are in it. His wife is in it. His coach, of course, is in it. So those are the next 2 episodes, and 2 that I'm really proud of.
Yogi, we'll be watching tonight, man. Thanks for the time as always. Appreciate it.
You got it, brother. Have a great night one.
You got it. Yogi Roth joining us. You can follow him on Twitter at Yogi Roth. He's brought to you today by All City Towing. As they're hiring, go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. Coming up, it's our Twin Peaks picks. We'll take caller number 5, 602-260-9191. You'll compete against one of the young ladies here at Twin Peaks. It'll be Fran for a $25 man card. and we'll do that off the air. So, Connor, we'll get your information the 3 games. So 3 games she's going to ask you is ASU Southern Utah tonight, which is, of course, on the Pac-12 Network. Tonight also, before at 5 o'clock on ESPN, it's Utah and Florida. And then the game on Sunday night at 4:30 on ABC 15 is number 5 LSU versus number 8 Florida State. By the way, we have the Florida-Utah game here coming up at 4:30, the pregame on Fox Sports 910. So we'll keep it going, talking college football. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
I know it's been nearly 30 years since they won the Super Bowl, or even got to one, or even an NFC championship game for that matter. But I still am of the belief that it's Super Bowl or bust for the Cowboys.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Hi, this is Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2023 with 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of ASU Athletics. Learn more about our story at venezias.com.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 of 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
The Labor Day event is going on now at your 13 Valley Chevy dealers. Get exciting offers on a head-turning lineup, including Silverado. From off-road adventures to workday tasks, this truck has the strength to take on what's next. Or check out Chevy Equinox.
I let them know that you guys got someone already.
This SUV lets you take on the world in style. And then there's Traverse, Blazer, and Trax, all ready for your next big road trip. Don't miss out. The Labor Day Valley Chevy sales event is going on now at all 13 Valley Chevy dealers.
With every other attorney out there claiming to be the right attorney for you, it's time we look at the facts. Lerner & Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people receive compensation for their injuries. We've recovered billions.
Sure thing. Thank you. I appreciate it.
$1 billion recovered in the last 5 years alone. We have over 50 attorneys and over 4.
Yeah, I thought about that, and then I saw you give out.
Dial pound 250 and say keyword PlumSmart, pound 250, keyword PlumSmart for the $69 AC tune-up, or go to itsjustplumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
It's back to school season at Famous Footwear. After all, Famous Footwear is famous for helping you find the perfect shoes for the whole family, no matter what style you're looking for. Grab the hottest looks like retro joggers from New Balance, court sneakers from Nike, colorful Crocs, the comfiest Hey Dudes, and more. Bring in the whole family today and let our Famous Footwear team of sizing experts help every kid find the perfect fit. And for a limited time, get up to 30% off Nike online and at a local Famous Footwear. Valid
2 seconds.
Styles.
Are you ready? It's your weekly chance to challenge one of the beautiful girls from Twin Peaks. It's Peaks Picks. The Twin Peaks girls are the essential ingredient to the perfect lodge experience. Each week, our girl next door Twin Peaks contestant takes on a Fox Sports 910 listener for 3 games. Get the most picks right and win a $25 man card for one of the 4 Valley Twin Peaks locations: Scottsdale, Phoenix, Glendale, and Tempe. Don't forget man-sized Coors Light draft specials every Thursday.
You guys are hot.
Beer. Time for Peaks Picks.
Yeah. And now Deer Valley. So we got to add that to the rejoin. But we're starting off the season. And I don't know how this worked out. I feel sorry for Johnny in Phoenix that's going to compete against Fran, who's 28-7. 28-7 in doing these picks with us on Thursday.
And she'll let you know that too, Rob.
Yes. But her strength's not college. It's NFL.
Hey, I'm getting better. I've been paying attention.
Oh, you're
I
paying
am. I'm paying
attention?
attention. Yeah.
All right, so let's see how good you are here as we do our Peaks Picks thanks to Coors Light and Blue Moon. We're playing for a $25 Twin Peaks man card. ASU Southern Utah, that's the game tonight. You guys will have it on all the screens. Pac-12 Network, 7 o'clock. Arizona State in Tempe hosting Southern Utah. Who do you like?
Hey, I guess I have to go for ASU.
You
since I'm
guess?
from here.
Southern Utah? The Thunderbirds?
Yeah, I'm gonna put some hope into Arizona. Maybe this is gonna be our year. Arizona's gonna do something fine.
Arizona or Arizona State?
Arizona in general, like as a sports.
Oh,
whole. Yeah.
okay. Good
Could be
recovery there.
ASU, could be
good
the,
recovery,
Could be
Fran.
the Suns. Could be the Cardinals. Could be the Diamondbacks. Who knows? Somebody's gonna pull
This
it
is why
off.
she's 28-7.
That's right, man.
I mean, yeah. So, all right. So, Connor, what did Johnny go with? Connor,
you there, bud?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Johnny said ASU.
Oh,
ASU.
see?
Okay.
We can agree
All
on
right.
something.
Yeah. Well, it's just 2 more.
All right, second game now. You got number 14 Utah taking on Florida. Now this game is at Utah. Utah's got its backup quarterback, Cam Rising, not playing, but they're really hard to beat when it's at Utah. So who are you going with?
I have to go with Florida. I've been watching those swamp stories on Netflix, and I just have such a good faith behind Florida. Like I'm a Gator right now. I go.
Oh,
team.
look at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
so
right.
Utah's Gator bait, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Gator bait. Be careful, Manuch. All right. Johnny, what's Johnny going with, Connor?
You know, Johnny is going to agree with Fran here.
Wow.
Johnny's also going to say Florida.
We're gonna agree on one more.
By the
thing.
way, the game will be heard right here on Fox Sports 910, coming up about a half hour after we're done at 4:30. All right, the final game Sunday night, ABC 15, 4:30 kick. Number 5 LSU versus number 8 Florida State.
Ooh, LSU. I mean,
Wait a second. No. I'm not going to let you off this easy.
Why?
You just
Why?
said
Are
you're
you
a Gator. Florida
Yeah,
State.
yeah, but I mean,
Tallahassee has
LSU,
Gators.
Are you serious? Isn't that where Joe Burrows came from? Like, they're obviously know what they're doing.
Look at her. She basically LSU.
You just like Joe Burrow because
you thought
he
I
was
didn't know,
cute?
didn't you? You thought I didn't
Well,
know, didn't you?
you threw us off there a
Didn't
little
you?
bit.
Yeah.
But,
And you were saying
yes.
earlier that the Brian Kelly era is
Just
really
under a
time
minute
to
30.
Take that next step.
Exactly.
At LSU,
See,
right?
why are you so jealous that I'm good at everything that I do?
Okay. All right. What's Johnny going with?
Johnny has also said LSU.
Okay, with that, we need you guys both pick the same one. So I
Okay.
know you asked pick a score. What did Connor go for a tiebreaker score? Connor,
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, we need a score. What did Johnny give you for a score? A total score of that game? LSU, Florida State. He's got LSU winning. Give me a score.
He's making
I'm super confused. I'm so sorry. I think it says 18-2.
That's it?
30.
18 to
No one's
2.
gonna score.
What score?
All right, no, that's
All
fine.
right,
It's
that's
just
all
all right.
right. I'll
What
take
score do you
I'm
got?
gonna go with 56-24.
56.
Wow, the
24.
shootout.
Yeah.
I don't know if Johnny knows much about football. Going 18-2, but that's all right. We
Threw a
that's
safety
good
in there,
stuff.
did he?
Hey, okay, so
30 seconds.
We have 30 seconds. Tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, so you guys got to come down here. We have great happy hour from 3 to 6. We've got Coors Light on special for $5.50, and all of the girls are here serving the coldest beer in the valley.
That's why she's 28-7. Fran here at the Scottsdale Twin Peaks. Hour number 3 is coming up. We have Charlie Regal going to join us and Howard Ball. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Football on Monday nights continue this season live from the Sportsbook.
I am not a football person. I am so sorry.
With Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and the rest of the Fox Sports 910 team. Win your share of the cash prizes through our
Yeah, no, I'm
Even download your faves and listen offline. Experience true freedom. The iHeartRadio All Access free preview starts Monday. Download the free iHeartRadio app now. Free never sounded so good.
Attention Phoenix, attention Phoenix.
Do you miss your old truck? Are you looking for a new truck to explore the beautiful Arizona high country? Well, look no further. Sullivan Motors Mesa has over 300 quality pre-owned trucks to choose from. And all types of trucks. Lifted trucks, diesels, crew cabs, haulers, 4x4s, and work trucks. And all brands. Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Ram, Nissan, Toyota, over 300 to choose from only at Sullivan Motors at 1515 West Broadway in Mesa, where we have a truck for every family and every lifestyle. And now get $3,000 minimum on your trade no matter what the condition. That's right, $3K minimum on your trade and drive home in your new truck today, or better yet, drive your new truck to one of Arizona's beautiful lakes or the spectacular high country. Get it now at the Valley's largest pre-owned dealership, Sullivan Motors, 1515 West Broadway in Mesa, or go to smcauto.com. That's smcauto.com. smcauto.com pricing.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Visit findhuskbeer.com for a retailer near you. Now that's what the Husk is about.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
ASU football takes on Southern Utah and Kelly Dillingham's debut as Sun Devils head coach. The Cardinals are signing wide receiver Caden Davis to the practice squad. The Mercury attempt to end their 6-game slide with today's game against the Connecticut Sun. The D-backs were unsuccessful in landing any former Angels players that were recently put on waivers. The team also put out an unsuccessful claim on ex-Yankees outfielder Harrison Bader. The Suns' Ring of Honor will now include banners to be hung from the rafters. The team has displayed the Ring of Honor on an upper deck LED ribbon board. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Tonight, look for about a 40% chance of seeing some thunderstorms develop with those temperatures dipping down into the low 80s. And then for tomorrow, a good chance for some rain pretty much all day long with those temperatures only around 96 degrees.
All right, coming back in 20 seconds with the CAZ top stories.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Summer days getting shorter and business to-do lists getting longer? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor
Coming
your
back
first
with CAZ
job and
top
get
stories.
hiring today by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Hot week 1 college football. Charlie Regal, assistant head coach of your Sun Devils, will join us here in about 15 minutes. Howard Balzer as well, as the Cardinals making some moves today as they have a new offensive lineman, which they claimed Carter O'Donnell from the Indianapolis Colts. He spent the last 3 years there on the active roster and the practice squad as well. Never played in a game, but Canadian. So welcome, University of Alberta.
How you doing, eh?
Yes.
Does he have his green card?
Red Deer, Alberta native. So he was a first team All Canadian honors in 2019,
Okay.
second team in 2018. So it's good. They're diversified.
You know what, guys? Let's put it this way. There's going to be a lot of guys coming and going this year until they find the right mix. They may not find the right mix until next year, but there are a lot of guys. They signed 6 guys in off of the off the waiver wire yesterday.
Now 7.
Now 7.
Manuch, you made a great point. It's
Come
going
on.
to be. He
Thank
did.
you. Great's a strong word.
Well, okay. He made.
He heard that on another station.
He made. He made an. Oh, you think he did? He made an okay point.
I live for that.
When he talked about it's going to be a revolving door all season long.
Yeah, it is.
Not just the first couple, all season
But the other
long.
thing, too, guys, is not only guys active, non-active. You'll see a lot of that movement, active
Sure.
roster to the active roster. A lot of guys are coming for workouts, which I think they should do that. There's a lot of guys that are out there, but from the USFL, XFL, other guys that got cut, a plethora of guys that got cut. They're just going to, I think, do the responsible thing that Monty Ossenfort wants to do with his staff is let's look at a lot of guys this season. If we feel they can fit and fill a couple of holes, but specifically the offensive line and defensive line and cornerback, I think are going to be a big priority. Because, guys, let's face it, if guys start going down, it's going to be, we know it's going to be a long season. But if you don't have any kind of depth with experience, plugging guys in here and there, that's when you have to go out and look for some guys that can help out.
Do you think they're going to regret cutting Colt McCoy?
You know what?
I mean, all offseason, he was the one.
He was the guy.
I'd say, guys, it is so rare to have your guy being your starter from OTAs, mini camps, all through camp, and you cut the guy that's going to be the starter, at least for now until Kyler Murray comes back, and you let him go. Because they really said, is it shoulder? Is it this? Is it that? But maybe they felt with Clayton Tune as the quarterback and the guy that he's making the progress to make. But no, hold on. And then you look at Joshua Dobbs, who became available, and went, okay, we can go finally get him. He's the guy we really want. And I think it was all about timing that they could go make that trade, bring him in, and if Tune, they feel he's enough to get them by if they have to. But quite frankly, yeah, I was surprised.
It makes little sense. Dobbs and Tune have combined 85 pass attempts.
Yeah, exactly.
2 starts and 0 wins.
And from that standpoint,
of course, Tune's not in there at all. This is all Dobbs.
And from that standpoint, yes, you're in a rebuild, redevelop, whatever you want to call it, Jonathan Gannon, mode when you go away from a guy that is basically has more reps, more years of experience, understands defenses, and you're going with 2 unproven individuals, skill set aside, but once you're on that football field, you got to understand where to go with the ball, what you're seeing. And on top of that, what are your adjustments and not panic, which I think Colt McCoy did a very good job of, not panicking and being available to go find the different defenses and get the ball out to certain
That
people.
was last year. This is this year, and obviously they were not comfortable with what they were seeing from Colt McCoy. What this tells me essentially is we suck and we know it.
And with that, the wise guys, it was 4.5. It dropped to 3.5 on total wins after they cut Colt McCoy.
Exactly.
There you go.
They thought they could at least get 1 win out of Colt or 2 wins out of Colt, maybe.
So John
until
and Gannon,
Kyler got back.
So John and Gannon, by cutting Colt McCoy, we all know you're in rebuild mode.
Yeah,
Otherwise, if you want to be competitive.
Well,
and actually
everybody
win,
knows that.
Yeah,
But
but
everybody knows they're rebuilding.
Rock-
John Gannon knows it too.
Exactly. But if you're really serious about winning, you want to cut an experienced veteran quarterback, and you're going to go, okay, we're going to go down the road. Because if they say, well, we're seeing more out of this guy and that guy, it's preseason, folks. We said that about so many rookies over the years. Oh, man, they had a great preseason. But when they got into the real ammo and the real season, man, they fell flat on their face because it's a whole different game. So just expect, if you're a Cardinal fan, you're talking about an offense. When you see the Commanders, Jack Del Rio, the defensive coordinator, bringing the house, whether it's Dobbs or Clayton Tune or Jim Bob Stevens or Henry VIII, whomever's at quarterback, they're coming after you, and they're going to make that presence very well known.
It's interesting that we have seen some articles out there now, potential trade partners with the Arizona Cardinals for Kyler Murray, and what teams that make sense. You know, you're hearing the Tennessee Titans.
That's who I referenced yesterday.
The Washington Commanders.
Yes.
The Falcons, which is intriguing if he goes there. One that I thought was kind of interesting was the San Francisco 49ers, which I think that's a stretch, but there's still a big question mark. I love the guy. You don't know what's going to happen with Brock Purdy. He could be a one-hit wonder.
Could be.
Or he could actually be a superstar in this league for 10, 12 years. We just don't know.
Right.
And you don't know. San Francisco, they gave up on Trey Lance, get a 4th-round pick out of him. You know, so maybe those are some of the teams that you can look at. But another team that I saw that I thought may be promising for him, we don't know what's going to happen with Mac Jones in New England.
Sure.
And with Belichick, if he's even going to be there, this could be Belichick's last year.
Could be. Now,
and I think if he leaves, it's on his own.
Now, Belichick cut his other quarterback, so he only had Matt Jones. Today, they picked up Corral because the Carolina Panthers released him.
I'll throw another one out there that could be.
Don't they have Zappa, Bailey?
No, they cut him.
They cut him. Okay. They cut him?
Yeah.
All of them.
And Malik Cunningham.
And we thought that Cunningham might come back.
Yes.
On the inactive. But the other thing, too, is you look at Jimmy G at Las Vegas. You know, he's been injured the last couple of years. That could be one where Josh Daniels goes, look, with our passing game, we could make Kyler Murray work. Short passing game. You know, he's got the arms, got the talent. All the other stuff is a bonus with his athleticism. And that could be something there as well, too, because I think Hoyer's the backup for Jimmy G in Las Vegas. That could be another landing spot if they go down that road.
Hoyer's not going anywhere.
He's not going.
That guy is, when his career is over, it's like we'll have him. Hey, now joining us on the Right to a Guest sign is 22-year vet in the National Football League, Brian Hoyer from Cleveland, Ohio.
He is the ultimate insurance policy for wherever he's at, whether it's be Cleveland or the
Good
Raiders.
dude. He's a good dude.
He's a great guy. But yeah, he's that guy that can help a young quarterback along. With Jimmy G, it's a perfect scenario for him. If Jimmy, can't answer the bell, gets nicked or dinged, Hoyer's your guy. And it's that passing in the Josh McDaniels, it's the New England Patriots passing game that Tom Brady became a Hall of Famer with. Of course, so he got the ball down the field more so than a lot of guys did.
So would either one of you be surprised if Clayton Tune gets the nod?
I would be.
I would be too.
Because they wouldn't have gone and got Josh Dobbs. Especially since Austin Fort and Penzing.
All the connections.
All the connections there.
And the thing was, they said yesterday that Joshua Dobbs got in the huddle. He called every play in sync, no issues.
Nothing.
Knew all the reads.
He's a really
knew all the
bright
adjustments.
guy.
He came in.
Rocket scientist, so you can do a lot of stuff.
But no, the thing is, he knows the system. He knows that he doesn't have to learn. I mean, Clayton too might go, man, they throw a 22 yell at me or a high safety. My adjustments, I think, are this, and this. Well, Josh Dobbs goes, I already know what the adjustment is. I know what he's going to run. He's going to run. I don't have to think about it. Because Joshua Dobbs is going to come in and just react to it.
Yeah.
If you got to think about it as a quarterback, you're already late. You're already late. You got to think, bang, all right, I'm going here, I'm going there. I think I'm going there, and the next thing you know, you're getting sacked. So that's what Dobbs brings to that offense.
Hey, no one does happy hour better than Twin Peaks. It just got underway. Whatever your preference, they have it all. Tequila cocktails. They have an extensive bourbon category. They have top shelf spirits, cocktails served over ice balls. Of course, the great local craft beers, Coors Light, Blue Moon, of course, on special on Thursdays. It's all here. They got a huge drink menu, and happy hour has just started, 3 to 6. And don't forget, of course, their 29-degree, 22-ounce drafts. That's good stuff here at the Scottsdale location. Now 5 locations. Deer Valley is the newest, and I believe there are going to be a couple more coming around here before we know it.
Wow.
We'll talk more Cardinal football with Howard Balzer from Go PHNX. You'll actually hear from Joshua Dobbs, who spoke about being a rocket scientist and how that helps him become a good quarterback. And I don't know. I've been talking to a lot of people the last couple of days, and it's the first thing people come up to me and say, man, Cardinals are going to suck. And this is diehard fans.
Yes.
Like, I have a couple buddies that are diehard fans that will still bet me no matter what that they'll have 9 or 10 wins. Doesn't matter how bad they are.
Frank Sanders.
Yeah, he's one of them, 10. But I have some ones, and I've won some pretty good bets.
Yeah.
Dinner at Mastro's. I've done well on my bets when it comes against diehard Cardinal fans, and I feel bad because if I was a diehard Cardinal fan, I you want to be supportive of your team.
Sure.
I ran into a guy yesterday at the pharmacy, and he's like, he goes, "Hey, Rock, and
3 minutes.
Diehard fan, diehard." He bought a Cardinals Caleb Williams jersey.
How did he
That's
find
out
that?
Went to Mexico. He ordered it overline.
Okay.
He got it made. Whatever number he is at USC,
Yeah.
9 or whatever, 13. I don't know what his number
13.
is. 13. And I was close. Got it on the second try.
Yeah.
And so, it says C. Williams, number 13.
Wow.
And he's a season ticket holder, and he's going to be wearing it. How bad does that look? If you're the owner of the Cardinals or any organization, and you're seeing your fan base, diehard season ticket holders, wearing jerseys of guys that aren't even playing there yet.
Yeah.
They may not even play there yet.
And it's interesting because for that whole Caleb Williams scenario, it's like, okay, if they do suck, okay, we'll get that first pick of the draft or the second. The other thing that's very interesting, guys, all the draft picks for this team are there. You had 2. You got Gaines on the IR, and you got Garrett Williams still out for the first 4 games, non-football injury. But all the
2 minutes
of them are either starting or backing up.
Yes.
That's how you know that this is in rebuild mode to the max with playing the young guys.
I don't know why you keep bringing that up. I don't think there's anybody in the country, in the world, that doesn't think that this is a rebuild year.
Because Jonathan Gannon doesn't want to hear that term rebuild.
But that's
So
coach speak. Why that goes in
it.
one ear out the other.
I'm
What is
telling
he
you.
supposed to say?
Well, here's the thing. I think he's got to be – he understands. I do that mockingly at him. It's a total rebuild when you got that many young guys and that so many free agents
Well, what is
playing.
he supposed to say, Manuch? This is a rebuilding year for
I know
us.
exactly what he's going to say, Rock. He's saying we're into a mode where we're trying to find the best players. I get it.
And we're going to compete, and we're going to try to win every week, and all that other
To
BS.
my point, it's a total rebuild is what he's doing. You got
Of course
30,
it is.
30
I don't understand what you mean. That's your point.
30. Well,
Like
because
you got a point that no one
my
else
point
has?
is that Jonathan Gannon doesn't want to talk about rebuild, and I'm telling you, it is a rebuild.
But we know that.
I know we
I
know
just
that.
feel like you should talk in the mirror.
No,
because I don't
1
think
minute,
anybody
1
cares.
minute.
I'm talking to Jonathan Gannon right now when he tunes
Or
into
maybe
Rock and
Lori,
Manuch
your
and
wife.
Jimmy.
Hey, Rock and Jimmy B don't want to hear me about my point about Jonathan Gannon saying it's not a rebuild.
Yeah, and so
maybe your wife will say, "You're right, Daniel.
It is.
Is it really going to be a rebuild this
No,
year?
it's sweetie or honey.
Oh,
so you
sweetie,
know.
is it
Sweetie or
really going to
sweetie,
be Is it really going to be a rebuild year?
Yeah, honey.
No, the Cardinals are in a rebuild year.
That head coach keeps saying we're not rebuilding when they're totally rebuilding. You keep pounding that, honey, because that is what they're totally doing. 30 new faces on this football team as well, too.
Well,
you're telling me you're not rebuilding?
You got over 50 or 60 on Arizona State as the Kenny Dillingham era starts tonight. We're going to get an inside look. We'll catch up with Charlie Ragle, get his thoughts on what he does on game day to prepare. He's going to join us next. That's right. Coach Charlie Ragle will join us. Thanks to our friends at Crest Insurance Group. It's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B live from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale.
It's a loaded
Clear. Can I get a rejoin for Howard?
Will face an early test of its strength when
Or a tease for Howard?
host the SEC's Florida Gators today at 4:30 on Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
A crash in the East Valley on westbound 10 approaching the 60, sitting off right.
Hey, anybody there?
A crash eastbound 10 just past SR 85. A crash partially blocking the southbound 17 Cactus off-ramp. That's also closed eastbound Cactus east of I-17.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles. Wendy's new Breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles lets you choose from your fave 4, including a sausage or egg and cheese
Anybody
biscuit,
there? Hello?
small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination.
Hey, anybody
for the
there?
best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Got the urge to pick games each week?
Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
The Labor Day event is going on now at your 13 Valley Chevy dealers. Get exciting offers on a head-turning
Hey, Roc or Manuch, you guys there?
adventures to workday tasks. This truck has the strength to take on what's next. Or check out Chevy Equinox. With excellent efficiency and bold design, this SUV lets you take on the world in style. And then there's Traverse, Blazer, and Trax, all ready for your next big road trip. Don't miss out. The Labor Day
May I get
event is going on now at all
a
13 Valley Chevy dealers.
teaser for Howard Balzer for the next segment?
And we need you in Mountain America Stadium, wearing gold and cheering on head coach Kenny Dillingham and your Sun Devils to victory. Join Sun Devil Nation this fall with season tickets starting at just $135. The home schedule features games against Oklahoma State and Fresno State, as well as Pac-12 matchups with USC, Colorado, Oregon, and Arizona. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona.
Anybody there? Can I get a teaser for Howard Balzer, please?
At Lerner and Rowe, we measure our success based on the amount of money we recover for our clients. We're proud to say that we've collected billions of dollars for them. And no, it didn't take a gazillion years to do it. In the past 5 years alone, Lerner Rowe has recovered over $1 billion. Millions of dollars recovered every week.
Hey, would I be able to get a teaser for Howard Balzer real quick?
More people in Arizona than any other law firm. Get the money you deserve. Call Lerner Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Football's here, and missing your team's out-of-market games is not a great plan. A much better plan? Switch to My Plan from Verizon and get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV on us with eligible phone purchase and unlimited plus. That's a value of up to $449. Get every out-of-market game every Sunday afternoon. Switch to My Plan at your Verizon store today. It's your last chance to get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Eligible phone purchase and offer ends soon. Value applies to NFL Sunday Ticket season 23-24 only. Additional terms and embargoes apply to NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube. No refunds.
The D-backs were unsuccessful in landing any former Angels players that were recently put on waivers. The team also put out an unsuccessful claim on ex-Yankees outfielder Harrison Bader. ASU football takes on Southern Utah on Kenny Dillingham's debut as Sun Devils head coach. The Vikings lock up tight end T.J. Hawkinson on a 4-year contract extension with an average annual salary of over $17 million, over $42 million guaranteed, most ever for an NFL tight end. I'm Joel Stern.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, a 24-pack of Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each, and select notebooks are just 35 cents each. In-store only, offer ends 9/16, limit 30. School on, save on at Staples.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Ragle now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
As they enter the first season under Kenny Dillingham, Jaden Rashada will get the nod tonight. The superstar freshman, true freshman, will get an opportunity here to show Sun Devil Nation what he's all about.
Well,
I will need a teaser for Howard Balzer at the end of this segment.
Tight end. Here's a young man that a lot of folks are looking at nationally. Kid could be a second, third round draft pick. When you look at tight ends, Sun Devils got some home run hitters from that standpoint. So I think that getting off to I call it a clean start. Now I think from a coaching staff, you want to come out aggressive. You want to come out fast-paced. You want to come out into a scenario that's basically making sure that you've got a team that understands exactly what we got going on.
Yeah, they've got a lot of new guys, too. I mean, at Roger Seaver, they've got Idaho State. Speaking of Charlie Ragle, Xavier Guillory, I'm excited to see him tonight, as well as, Cameron Scatterbo, another Big Sky Conference guy from Sacramento State. Both guys that were first-teamers last year now get to play at ASU.
I just want to see what the team is going to look like, totally. I'm not going to focus in on specific players, at least in this first game, because the competition factor is not that good. But I will focus in on that next game when they play against Oklahoma State. But look, this is a club that spiraled out of control. They brought in a local in Dillingham, and lots of guys who are assistants on his coaching staff to bring it out of the depths of disaster. I hope that it takes place, and I hope that it takes place this year. We don't expect them to be a bowl team, but that would be absolutely awesome if they were able to win 6 games in their first year.
Well, from Jaden Rashada to a bowl ban, what a crazy week it's been for the Sun Devils, and all that doesn't matter because it's game day now. The Southern Utah Thunderbirds are in town, and we are in courtesy of Crest Insurance now. Assistant head coach Charlie Regal joins us now on the Right to It, a guest sign. Coach, so what do you do on a game day? Start us out with what you do on a game day.
Well, I got to, by all accounts and purposes, got to sleep in. Got up at about 6 this morning instead of about 4:50. That was a good start, and made our way down to Tempe for a breakfast and a staff meeting at 9, and then we had a defensive unit meeting. We finished all our special teams, which is the last night, which in our world is Friday night. Right, today is Saturday in our world. So we had a defensive unit meeting, and we finished that, and then we went over to the indoor and had about a 45-minute walk as a team, and just dotting the I's and crossing the T's, so to speak, and then took the players back to the hotel. They're in their rooms off their feet right now. Everybody's kind of relaxing, and then we'll get together again here at 3:15 for a pregame meal, eat, final comments, and then we'll make our way to the stadium and get ready for kickoff at 7.
Coach, I can just imagine maybe it was yesterday, the day before, that you guys, the old proverbial dress rehearsal, running out the first team, the special team guys, the first team offense, defense, kind of a mock game, if you will, getting guys in and out just to make sure everybody kind of sort of knows where to go in opening game.
No, you're right. We actually did that. We did that last Friday night. And again, just, everything we do is for the first time. It is all brand new. We're a new staff with guys. We've known each other for a long time, but we haven't worked together per se. And so everything is new to us and new to our players. So a little bit of patience, extra patience is required. And I'm making sure everybody's in the right place at the right time and ready to do the right things when called upon. As you know, it takes a little bit of work.
Charlie, you've been an assistant, you've been a head coach, and now you're back the assistant here with Kenny Dillingham. Do you still get the butterflies because it is game 1 of the season? Does that still happen for a veteran coach like you?
It's funny because he and I were talking about it this morning, and he's like, I slept like a baby, he told me. I was like, well, blank you, I was like, I was a little wired. I'm not going to lie to you. This is probably, I don't know, nervous is the right word. The anticipation of being back home, I think, is a little bit extra, and having so many people reach out and just wishing me and the program well. There's a little bit extra because you're at home and you want to perform well, not only for your family and friends, but obviously for the job that you do, just the personal pride. But I think it's all of the above, and there's certainly a little bit of extra anticipation going into this first one.
And with the head coach, you being the assistant head coach, talk about that role as far as manager, plus being the special teams coordinator. How much more is that as assistant head coach to help Kenny out?
Well, and I think, that's obviously just that, as I obviously am well aware that he is the boss, and I don't try and poke my nose where it doesn't belong. But, my job is to kind of just sit back and observe things and just give him a different set of eyes at times when he asks for it. I don't want to be poked, like I said, overbearing. I don't want to always come in with an answer or a suggestion. It's when he wants it, when he asks for it, if I think it's necessary, just to give him another perspective. And we got several guys on staff that have head coaching experience that help with that. And he's really receptive into listening and taking on new ideas. And I think that's one of the things that makes him great is he doesn't always have to have the sharpest pencil in the room.
Charlie Regal joining us here, Fox Sports 910. I'm curious, when you're on the sideline as a head coach, it's a little bit of different view. And Kenny has been in the booth for so long at all the stops he's made. How much of a difference will that make for him?
Well, I think we're going to find out tonight. I was talking to my brother again. That's something that's brand new, right? It's been a long time since he's been on the sideline, and he has a guy that is going to help him, be an extra set of eyes down there and help him manage situations so that we stay on task because, he's managing all three phases as the head coach. And so I think that, this is certainly a new challenge for him. But, obviously you see how he attacks every day with high energy and focus. And I don't anticipate that it'll be any different because we're playing a game, tonight.
Coach, I'm curious, it's been a rough week in the sense of, finding out you're not going to be eligible for postseason competition. I'm curious at first, how did it hit you? And then how hard or how bummed are you for the seniors that this happened?
Well, I mean, obviously it's one of those deals where, it was tough when we got the news. I think, there was a lot of seniors that, it hurt, right? But, it's something, as we told them, I say this all the time, if you're going to leave a legacy, you first have to learn a lesson. And, we talked about what that lesson was and is as a group. And now it's about us going out and leaving a legacy for this senior and for this season, for these seniors, and something that they can remember. And, again, it's something that's out of our control. It's very unfortunate, but, as we told them and as Coach Dillingham said, multiple times, good things.
Hey, you guys there?
Bad things happen to good people all the time. It's not what happens to you, but it's how we react to it. And so that's the only thing that we can control. And we have 12 games in
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
Utah, and that's where our focus is going to be as we move on to the season and these next 12 football games.
Charlie, set the fans up who are listening now to this interview with you. What should they expect tonight, A, to see from the offense, and B, to see from the defense?
Yeah, I think, when you talk about offensively, obviously, I think everybody's eyes are going to be on the quarterback who, in my estimation, is unbelievable talent. I think the question will be how quick can he process the game at this speed and how accurate can he be making good decisions and efficient in real life football. But his talent is unbelievable. And when I say unbelievable, I mean it is big time talent. It's just a matter of time with Jaden, and we're certainly going to see what he does tonight. But I think that our offensive line will be drastically improved, and I think we have both at the running back position and the wide receiver position as well as tight end. Include those guys, some guys that can make explosive plays. So I think that's something to keep an eye on. And then I think defensively, what you're going to see from us is an aggressive style of defense. We've got some guys that can get off the football, and I think on the back end, the back seven linebackers and secondary, we've got some athletes. And I think you're going to see an aggressive style of defense play tonight and throughout this season, and I think it's going to lend to some exciting football, and hopefully we can add some extra oomph in the return game.
2 minutes.
Put it all together for a really, really special season.
And Charlie, I'm excited, as an ex-quarterback. I love the home run hitters, but I also love Jalen Conyers, your tight end. This young man's special. I mean, I'm not going to jinx him and say, hey, we've seen a lot of great tight ends come down the pike at ASU and in the Pac-12, but you got to say that this young man could really be a game changer for you guys this year.
Oh, without a doubt. He's a matchup problem for anybody that we play every week. He is a tremendous talent. He has great ball skills, and we expect him to be.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Of that offensive unit for sure.
Coach, last one. You mentioned to me, I'll never forget. I remember where I was sitting when we talked, and you said, you didn't say these words, but you basically said, get your popcorn ready, and you're going to love.
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Transfer from University of Oklahoma. Tell us more about him and what kind of talent this kid is.
Yeah, this kid's a gamer. I got goosebumps right now.
I need a Howard Balzer teaser in 1 minute.
He's got some twitch and explosion that I think that people are going to be excited to see. I think with him, BJ Green, I think Chris Sorba, those three guys, you're really going to see some guys in those three coming off the edge. And I think they're going to be tough to block all season long. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Clayton. I'm excited for Prince and DJ. It's going to be fun starting
30
tonight at 7 o'clock with those guys.
Coach, we're looking forward to this all season long. Thanks so much. Good luck tonight. Let's get the first one, and we'll talk to you next week.
Looking forward to it, and I appreciate you guys. Go Devils.
You got it. It's Charlie Regal joining, assistant head coach for the Sun Devils. He's presented by Crest Insurance.
Can I get a Howard Balzer teaser?
Personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to crestins.com. So we appreciate Charlie joining us here.
Behold, here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
ASU football takes on Southern Utah, and Kenny Dillingham's debut as Sun Devils head coach. More moves for the Cardinals today, placing edge rusher Myjai Sanders and defensive lineman Dennis Daly on injured reserve, and picking up O-lineman Carter O'Donnell. Wide receiver Caden Davis was added to the practice squad. The Mercury attempt to end their 6-game slide with today's game against the Connecticut Sun. The D-backs were unsuccessful in landing any former Angels players that were recently put on waivers. The team also put out an unsuccessful claim on ex-Yankees outfielder Harrison Bader. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Tonight, look for about a 40% chance of seeing some thunderstorms develop, with those temperatures dipping down into the low 80s. And then for tomorrow, a good chance for some rain pretty much all day long, with those temperatures only around 96 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Right now, during Labor Day savings at Lowe's, get up to $1,500 off select major kitchen appliances. Lowe's knows home improvement. $2.96. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Watch, win, wager. It's the CAZ Sports Bar and Casino Arizona's Pro Football Kickoff Party, Thursday, September 7th, hosted by Roc and Manuch. Win cash prizes and a chance of taking home a 75-inch smart TV. Plus, drink specials like $4 domestics and $5 house wines, all while watching the Detroit and Kansas City game. Don't miss the Watch, Win, Wager Kickoff Party in the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona. Doors open at 5. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Need to upgrade that big screen TV with a new 4K 65?
You got it.
Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, along with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light, are giving away 5 smart TVs, one for each of the 5 Twin Peaks locations. Text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Enter daily. That's PEAKS to 59925. Twin Peaks, your football headquarters.
Are you looking for a change in your career path, or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas.
Can you guys hear the programming?
Truck operators, yard managers.
Yeah, the interview ended.
And dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Attention homeowners. Costly repairs ruining your budget? Get the award-winning Choice Home Warranty.
Yeah. You got it.
You can save. Call 1-844-674-5972 for a free quote. That's 1-844-674-5972. Limitations apply. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for details.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products, because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Fry's, fresh for everyone.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of
All
free battery
right.
testing,
Coming back
free
in
battery
10 with Howard
charging,
Balzer's
and
intro.
replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
He's been covering the National Football League for 48 years. He currently works as Arizona Cardinals lead writer for GoPHNX.com. A longtime Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
A lot of people are like, hey, the physics of engineering, does it help play football? No. But, the thought process, right? Like playing quarterback is a cerebral position, as we all know, but it's the ultimate problem solver position. You're each time you're tasked 40 seconds. You get 40 seconds, and defense is throwing different curveballs at you, from pressures.
You guys are hot
to coverages, and you have a play, and you got to get your team in the best play possible, whether it's the play called or get to a different play and go out and execute that play, and then repeat process the next time.
That's Joshua Dobbs earlier this week when asked about being a rocket scientist, how that would help his game. But joining us now on the Right to It Against Science, you just heard Howard Balzer joins us. How you doing, Howard? What's going on today, buddy?
Well, I was at the library today reading up on rocket science and just wanted to be able to, so we could all communicate on the same level as Josh Dobbs. But doing well. Hope you guys are too.
So is he going to get the start next week in Washington?
I think there's a good chance of it. I really do. I mean, it's obviously between him and Clayton Tune. And if that's the choice, even though Dobbs is going to have, basically 5 practices with the team before the game, that's, I know he didn't have a lot of practices last year before he was starting games for the Titans, but still, you want to get out. It's one thing to know the offense and all that. It's another thing to have that chemistry with the receivers and all those things. But at least he has more experience, at least playing an NFL game and preparing in an NFL week than Clayton Tune. So that's my sense. It sure seems like he's going to be the guy. But I'll tell you, some of the decisions and some of the things that are being done, anything is possible with this group.
It's interesting.
I mean, heck, they just picked up another offensive lineman on waivers today. And so currently they have 10 offensive linemen, 53-man roster, and 4 of them have.
Oh, we lost. 4 of them have what? There, you broke up there, Howard. All right, we're having trouble with his phone. We're going to try to reconnect with that. But, he was talking about the O'Donnell guy who was with Indianapolis the last 3 seasons. They picked him up today. He was on the practice squad and regular season, but never appeared in a game.
Well, the one thing we talked about on cut days, where you're thin at is offensive line. So they got 10. And they got 7 outside linebackers that when you look at it. So where they're thin, they're going to bring a lot of guys in, put guys on the inactive, cut guys. I mean, it's going to be coming and going and coming and going. And in reference to, listen to that soundbite and bringing in Joshua Dobbs, Zach Ertz said yesterday at his little presser after practice, he said, look, guy comes in, calls the play, doesn't miss a beat, understands where all the adjustments are. And I understand what Howard's saying about as far as chemistry would have you. Hey, I'd rather have a guy that understands it, knows it. The chemistry will come second, but as far as knowing where to go with the football, that's vitally important. Now Zach Ertz goes, hell, guy comes in, you can tell he's impressed. He calls the play.
Yep.
He knows the adjustment. He knows where we're going. And it was his first day of practice. So knowing that offense and that system is paramount. And the other stuff as far as your chemistry is something that, it's going to come one way or the other, but you just got to play.
I don't think it'll ever come this year. I think they're going to be a revolving door so much. Players are going to get dinged up or injured big time, and they're going to lose players throughout the course of the season. I think it's going to, as Manuch would always say, a big old chocolate mess. That's the way I see this season. I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but I'm just
got to be realistic with expectations.
I am. Yes, I am being realistic. If they win 4 games, it'll be a winning season for this.
It's going straight to Dialtown.
Team.
the other thing too is, you hope that Marquise Brown can go more than 4 or 5 games at a time. How about Rondale Moore go more than 4 or 5 games at a time? Rondale Moore, talk about a draft disappointment. We know he's capable of a big play guy, but you looked at him and he was at Purdue, he was nicked and dinged.
Always.
Now he's nicked and dinged. Sometimes, guys, that's just what a player is. It's unfortunate, not his fault. Hollywood Brown, who I think you're going to need every game, because you're going to need on offense, all hands on deck, big time. Zach Ertz, okay, he's coming off the knee injury. He should be ready to go. He's questionable right now. But you need every starter.
3 minutes.
We know it's unlikely for every game. So you're going to have some guys, especially offensive line-wise, depth-wise, that you feel comfortable with to plug in there. And you know what? Hey, whether it's Joshua Dobbs or Clayton Tune, you're going to have to run around and avoid a lot of traffic.
So let me ask you, Manuch, do you think that Jonathan Gannon is basically telling Clayton Tune and Josh Dobbs that you're starting so that you prepare to be a starter? Because if you go with Clayton, he may get nuts. He may not be able to handle the lights. But at least Joshua's been there before. He can handle it. But even if something happens to him and he gets knocked out, Clayton's going to get the shot. I mean, or if this game is a blowout, do you play them both, or you just stay with Joshua Dobbs or Clayton Tune, whatever?
I think starting Monday, whether we know it or not, that starter, how I feel, is with Joshua Dobbs, got to get the majority of the reps. You got to get the guy ready. You can't split reps before you're opening again. This isn't college or high school, guys. You got to have your starter, whether you name him or not. It's going to be well known who that guy is. That's going to get
2 minutes,
75, 80% of the reps, and so he is as we heard Howard say before he lost him, gets some kind of continuity, some kind of chemistry. So that to that point, and your point, Rock, if let's say Joshua Dobbs falls flat on his face, it's third quarter, game, set, match. Do you put the young kid in? Maybe. You typically don't do that with your starter. You want him to finish it out and get more reps because that schedule doesn't get any easier.
Why not, Manuch? Why not put the kid in?
Because
it's not going to make a difference. Let's just do a for instance then. And the Commanders are up 28-3. There's 3 minutes left in the third quarter. And
Manuch is on the sideline. He's warming up.
Warming up, pretty much. And so now you might as well play Tune and get Dobbs out of there and let him relax a little bit and then try to get ready for game 2.
First of all, with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, you got an entire fourth quarter to play.
We got him back.
Yeah, you got 28-3. You got a chance to come back, and you never know. That's why.
1 minute.
If it was
not buying
40,
that,
if it was 42-3, then
yes. 28-3, and they're dominating.
At the end of the third quarter?
Hey, guys, we're going to break right now. We got Howard back, but we got to go to break. We'll come back with Howard, and because we do want to talk to him, it's important that we catch up with him. So we'll come back with more Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Check this out. This is
Clear.
Herd. You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
All right, my bad.
Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
There is an accident being reported 10 eastbound east of State Route 85, 10 westbound near the US 60. We have an accident sitting off right stop and go traffic from Baseline. And 17 southbound near Camelback Road, we have a crash.
This report is sponsored by Big O Tires. It's Big O's big deal event going on now. Get a $110 rebate on sets of 4 Michelin Cross Climate 2 tires, or $70 rebate on all other Michelin lines, plus an extra $70 rebate on installation of Michelin Select sets of 4. Big O Tires, the team you trust. See details at BigOTires.com.
Football on Monday nights continue this season live from the Sportsbook in CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona with Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and the rest of the Fox Sports 910 team. Win your share of the cash prizes through our Progressive Kickoff Jackpot Contest, Quarters Squares, Football Bingo, and Propositions Contests. It's year 23. Doors open at 3. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Monday Night Tailgate Party at Casino, Arizona.
If you have the first overall pick, make sure you select Twin Peaks for your fantasy football draft party. Stay cool under pressure with 29 draft beers, bites for the whole team, plus a $50 bonus card for the commish and an additional $5 bonus card for every drafter. Visit TwinPeaksRestaurant.com/fantasy draft for more info.
The people of Arizona have voted, and the results are official. Lerner & Rowe has won again, being voted best personal injury law firm 8 years in a row. We'd like to thank everyone who voted.
Yeah, we got him.
Lerner & Rowe, the people's choice for personal.
Do you want me to just do Lerner & Rowe, or?
We've helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. We're recovering more money for more people than any other law firm in Arizona. Call us today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Football is here, and Roc and Manuch are hosting the Watch Win Wager Kickoff Party in the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona, Thursday, September 7th. Cash prizes all game plus a chance to take home a 75-inch smart TV. It's the Watch Win Wager Kickoff Party, Thursday, September 7th at Casino, Arizona.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a day
All right,
single,
coming
spicy
back
chicken
with a
sandwich,
Twin
medium
Peaks
frosty,
Scottsdale
or
rejoin.
10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and a
chicken
frosty.
sandwich,
Dave
Dave
single and a
single.
frosty for me.
And a frosty. Okay, who said frosty and a frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
You guys are hot.
Howard Balzer, we're back with him on the Right Twitter guest line here on Fox Sports 910 for a few minutes as we close it out here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. We were just talking about Clayton Tune and Joshua Dobbs, and I just would love to get your opinion on if you go with one or the other, would you be open to bringing in the other if the score is pretty much out of whack, just to give them some reps?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. And just because whoever starts game one doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the guy that starts every game until Kyler Murray returns. So I think this group is going to be open to doing just about anything. So I definitely think that, that could obviously be a possibility. And certainly, with everything around the quarterback, the offensive line now, as I was starting to say before we had the issues, I mean, heck, they've got 10 offensive linemen on the roster right now, and 4 they just picked up on waivers this week. And so you look at that and you say, who's going to be, aside from Kelvin Beachum, who are going to be the backups to the starters in week one if something would happen to one of those guys? It's just bizarre. In a lot of ways, it's bizarre the way this roster is being constructed, but they say they have a plan and they're doing what's best for the team. And I guess in the long run and in the short term, we'll find out if that's true.
Also, Howard, it's interesting. Like all 8 of the draft picks are still on the team now. Garrett Williams is on the non-football injury, which will be eligible to the 4th game. And then Gaines, unfortunately, went on the IR. But you look at the balance of them, you've got 2 of them starting and the rest of them in a backup situation, which is very rare for any NFL team to have all of their draft picks still on the team, whether they're hurt or not.
No, you're absolutely right about that. And I think that, how much of what's going on is just looking to shed guys. Obviously there still are players that were here prior to this season, but it certainly seems when they're going to go. And I've always wondered, not just with the Cardinals, with all teams, you have guys that you've worked with from, in April and May and June and July and training camp, and you've worked with them and all that. And then all of a sudden you see some name on the waiver wire that you have no idea how they're going to fit with your team. And then you bring those guys in and you cut guys that were already on the 53-man roster, players you've worked with. And I mean, heck, yesterday, Jonathan Gannon was asked about the 3 undrafted free agents that were on the roster on Tuesday, including DeMercado and Blake Whiteheart and Daniel Arias at wide receiver. And he said, character guys, they're ascending, looking forward to working with them. He said that a half hour before practice started, and 2 of them weren't even out there because they knew they were going to cut them because of the guys that were arriving on waivers. I mean, they've now in 2 days claimed 7 guys on waivers from other teams, and that's an unheard of number in the NFL.
I think the other thing, too, it's interesting to hear Zach Ertz talk yesterday about Joshua Dobbs and how he came in the huddle and he rattled off as he'd been there the entire training camp with the play call, the adjustments, all of this, all of that. And Ertz is like, well, what is he, rocket scientist? Or he's actually an aeronautical engineer degree. But, I mean, he just as if the guy had been there, the whole time. And that seemed from that locker room or that huddle to be very impressive for those young guys with the young rookie that's been there the entire camp.
Yeah, well, the one thing that attracted them was that he was in Cleveland last year, where Drew Petzing was as the quarterback coach, and Israel Wolfork was as a coaching fellow who worked with the quarterback. So he's familiar with the system that Petzing has brought in here. Knowing the system and knowing the calls is a whole lot different than being on the same page with receivers. And the other part of it is that, the Cardinals, I think one of the things about this is they could have had him in March. They could have signed him in March. They were interested, but all reports are he stayed with Cleveland because the Cardinals weren't offering him enough money. And all he signed with Cleveland was 1 year for $2 million. And so, and let's remember too, last year when he was in Cleveland, when Deshaun Watson came back from his suspension, they cut him and kept Kellen Mond, who was released this year. And so, it's not as if, you're getting a guy, he's been in the league since 2017, but he's only started 2 games and has only played in 8 and has 85 pass attempts. So the bar is being set here pretty low, and I hope that the expectations aren't, too high for what people are, potentially going to expect of this guy if he ends up being the starter when the season starts. And what is it now, 10 days?
Yep,
10 days from now.
Howard, appreciate you jumping back on with us, man. We appreciate it. We'll catch up with you next week. Have a great weekend.
Sounds good, guys. Take care.
Howard Balzer, appreciate him coming back on. You can follow him on Twitter at hbalzer721, and he's got a bunch of stories up on gophnx.com, especially if you're a Cardinal fan. You want to get all of his stuff. What's on tap tonight? We are done in about a half hour. After we're done, we'll have Florida-Utah here on Fox Sports 910. 5 o'clock is the game on television on ESPN. Southern Utah and Arizona State, 7 o'clock on the Pac-12 Network. And What's on Tap is brought to you by the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewery, now available at the Tavern Grill in Scottsdale, Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale, as well as Upper Crust in Phoenix, and the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Try for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Lager, brewed by Huss Brewery. Real quick, the State 48 Roofing, it's your call question. The question today was...
prediction of tonight's ASU versus Southern Utah game. Go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. ASU loses. Devils win by 20+. Devils win by 10 to 20 points. Or Devils win by 1 to 9 points. Currently, Devils win by 20+, 63.6%. Followed by ASU loses, 22.7%. Devils win by 10 to 20, 13.6%. Devils win by 1 to 9, 0%. So in the clubhouse, leader, 63.6%. Devils win by 20.
Football kicks off here at Twin
2
Peaks
minutes.
now with 5 Valley locations. We've teamed up with them along with Blue Moon and Coors Lights for your chance to win one of the 5 65-inch big screen TVs that we're giving away this football season. It's simple to enter. Just text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. And standard message and data rates do apply, and you can enter daily. So Twin Peaks, your football headquarters. And we've also bringing back the Fan Pick'em. I think it's our 20th year of doing the Fan Pick'em as well. $5,000, $500 man cards, $50 weekly man cards, all brought to you by, of course, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. FanPick'em.com. First game next Thursday, and I believe we will be at the Tempe location. Is that what it is?
Next Thursday?
Sounds
I
good
believe
to me.
so. Yeah.
Let me double check that because I'm just kind of curious. I mean, it's up on the website, rockandmanuch.com. That's kind of got everything up there. I mean, I'm the one who does it. Let me look.
1 minute.
I just don't remember. We're at Tempe next week.
Okay.
Yes, Tempe. So good stuff. Hey, we know you have choices. Appreciate you hanging out with us for a little bit today. Probably about 15 minutes. That's the average time they say people listen.
And we appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. Manuch, if you ever run into Manuch, he'll buy you a beer.
Thanks,
just
Skippy.
for listening.
Absolutely.
He's that former NFL player. He's got all kinds of money.
All kinds of
all that dinero
for
coming
Jimmy,
out of
for Danny, and for Jackson, and for Connor. I'm Rock. We'll do it again tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Roy Toyota.